before we tab over, let me briefly say that if you're watching the VOD of this episode, or you're watching the playlist on our archive, and you skipped the squared extras, which is your prerogative, you might notice that it jumped from episode 3 to episode 5. And the reason for that is the VOD got lost. A full explanation of the previous episode that got lost is in the squared extra between episode 3 and this video. So if you want to go back and watch that, it's relevant to the story, and you'll get that stuff there. Very, very sorry for anybody inconvenienced by this. There you go. Now you're all caught up. Now, let's tab over to this screen. I'll turn some music on, and let's pick up the story so far. Our heroes, the KnightLites, have, well, saved the day quite a bit. And right now, they are on their way to the Dripping Caves to save the citizens of Nightstone, from some orcs, some goblins, and apparently a displacer beast. The party saved Nightstone, the village, sort of. They put out the meteors that were bombarding the city. The Nightstone itself is gone. They fought off an orc invasion. All of this after being given warning by the city of Waterdeep to get out there and make good on their name, which they had earned, solving the crisis with the Vault of Dragons. On the way to the Dripping Caves, they found the Dripping Caves, but Brayden went to infiltrate it and failed to do so, and led a contingent of orcs and a pair of ogres back to the party. Yo, Nightfall, your mic just exploded. Cool. So the party befriended the ogres and beat off the orc, or destroyed the orc incursion, excuse me, and were planning their next move over the fire when an argument broke out about whether or not the ogre should be left alive. This caused Sockham, our barbarian bard of the group, to leave in a huff, well, not a huff, leave to clear his head, let's say, where he found during the squared extra an ancient druidic ritual site and was set upon by the Assassins of Owl, chasing him and his brother across Faerun to try to retrieve 2 artifacts in their possession. The Primarch of Clan Valdak, who sent the assassins, Nadja Featherkeeper, was there with the assassins, and she spent a time talking to Sockham and eventually agreed to take Galestorm because there was greater need for it elsewhere, until Sockham earned a reputation amongst the Goliaths and could take it back as their champion. She left him a battle axe of more or less equal merit, though not as much power, and departed, promising to bring the axe back as soon as possible, and they more or less made good. Sockham also divulged the location of the previous dragon lances because there's draconic incursions across Faerun, with beasties the likes of which that most folks have not seen before. So we're going to return to this story more or less where the extra left off. That is to say, it's the middle of the night. Sockham is just coming back to camp, probably right when you guys are starting to think about... Hello? What happened?
Whoa, what the fuck? Hello?
Hello, Gamsey.
Hello?
Hello? I'm here. I hear people.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, that was...
We hear the fox. We hear the Gamsey.
That was weird.
Did I cut off at any point?
No.
You were good here.
Okay.
For me, you did. You did that robot voice where it just trailed off.
Oh.
No one else
could-
heard that.
Might have just been like an internet hiccup
So
or
was
something.
that just Gamzelis? Did you guys hear that?
That was just Gamsey.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Gamsey.
As I was saying, we pick up more or less where the
Sorry
extra
about
left off, with probably the KnightLites who are awake at the time trying to decide, maybe starting to get into an argument about going to go look for Sockham or not. I imagine it's Lawrence and Rock on one side and Pierce and Connie on the other. Correct me if that's wrong.
Probably.
No, it's not right.
Getting up and getting ready to go
Connie
anyway.
definitely wants to go find him.
Oh, Connie wants to go
Yeah.
find him. Okay.
Brayden's getting up and getting ready to go as...
So who would want to give him more time?
I think Rock would.
Rock wants to give him more time. Okay.
Yeah, Lawrence would give him more time too.
Really?
Pierce.
Okay.
That's backwards.
Yeah.
I'm in a.
So it's Rock and Lawrence
Oh.
and Pierce. Wanting to give him more time? Pierce, where are you on this line?
Um.
I mean, you were right about the people, just not the side.
Pierce. I think Pierce is more like. Not so much give him more time, but he's still not happy with the way the argument went.
Okay.
And everyone's
So,
sided against
so
him. So he's-
with the knowledge that Salcom is on his way back out of character, let's take some time with the rest of the Nightlights around the fire, and have this conversation. Salk has been gone, let's say, about a half hour at this point, and Connie and Braden are getting restless. Let's pick up the scene there.
You guys, he'll be fine.
Yeah, this is Salk. He's always had a temper. Come on.
I don't doubt that, but we're also really close to the elves.
We're really close to the elves, and we're also really exhausted.
If the elves wanted to do something, they would have earlier.
Yeah,
These are elves, man. Come on.
I wouldn't know.
yeah.
we're all just
Look,
happy.
just
Go out there wandering through a forest. We're all gonna get ourselves killed.
Look, I'm not going out to bring him back. Just make sure he's all right. Keep an eye on him.
he's always been slow to let things go, but he does let it go. Just give another 10-15 minutes.
If he's not back in 15, maybe we go look for him.
Just more,
I don't know. My gut's telling me something's going on.
I mean,
If there's a displacer beast in the caves, I dread to think what else is in the woods.
if we all show up looking for him, that might respark the argument from earlier. Maybe
Like I
that's
said,
just
why
what
I
I
was just gonna go.
I think Pierce is where he was sitting. He just kind of turned his back. He's going through his book.
Okay. I think Braden's that's why I was going to go see him, and maybe he takes a step away from camp, and Connie moves to follow him. And about this point, Salcom's coming up the road.
Yeah, turn around, look at the Salcom. Deep
There you
breath,
are.
sigh. Oh,
Told you.
I know. Starting to worry about you there, bud. Take your stuff back off and sit down.
He's probably got that new axe in his hand, trying to get a feel for the weight distribution.
Yeah.
And Lord would be immediately narrowing his eyes, hold on a second. That's not Galestorm.
No, it's not.
Where is Galestorm?
Where'd you find the axe in the first place?
A long story.
I'll pat a spot nearby for him to sit.
Lawrence gestured to the fire, we have time.
Long story short, he starts sitting down with the group. We're not losing the horn.
Didn't think
again?
we would.
Not a risk anymore.
A risk.
To encounter.
Salcom, stop talking in circles. What the fuck happened?
I found a
have
place
fun.
called Bear's Claw.
No.
No?
It is not a place called Bear's Claw. It was the Circle of Bear's Claw's meeting place. It's not Goliath related in any way.
I thought you said it was Bear's Claw. My
No.
bad.
The circle
It was a
is the Circle of Bear's
Circle of-
Claw.
Bear's Claw's meeting place? Some kind of druidic sacred site.
Do I know anything about that?
Do you know anything about druidic circles around Waterdeep? Oh, geez, my internet is dying. Hang on.
I think we might be having internet issues. The stream
Yeah.
just stopped on my end.
Yeah, I am having internet issues. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Hey,
you.
can now.
Yeah, you're in and out a little bit. Stream just came back.
Check 1 2. I'm still dropping all kinds of frames. Hang on. Hang on.
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Seems like we're back.
How's the weather look?
That's a good question. It says my internet's unstable, And my Streamlabs is messing up really bad.
Uh-oh.
Oh, great.
That'll love bad weather, I guess.
I don't know if it's the weather or not, and it might be.
It's raining like hell here. Then again,
I'm on a fiber connection, so it might be that. It might be, like, bad internet, I mean. Come on.
So, how do you want to proceed?
If it stabilizes, we're just going to continue.
It seems like we're good now.
It is not no trait scare.
the moment someone says that,
At least in terms of audio.
Okay, audio is only like half the battle, and that's Discord. Doesn't say anything about the stream. Okay. Okay. It stabilized for a minute, and then it didn't.
I mean, it's coming through clear on the stream, so.
Okay. Yeah, I know that my KBPS is all over the place. I'm still in the red on the stream, so I just want to give it a few more seconds. And if it stabilizes, great.
Chat saying they can hear everything fine. No issues now.
Okay. Don't know about video since there's no motion? Yeah. Do.
I'm seeing no issue when it transitions between the different cards.
Okay. It
No,
looks
it's fine.
like it might have stabilized. Right, where were we?
I was asking if I knew anything about the Bear's Claw Circle.
Right, and then I said, do you know anything about druidic circles around Waterdeep?
Around Waterdeep specifically, no, but you
Okay.
never know the size of these things.
I mean, that's fair. Make a history check with disadvantage.
If I can tell you're doing something, I'll guide you if you want.
Yeah, feel free.
Great.
Sitting over there thinking real hard.
Okay. You've probably heard of them, Connie. Insofar as, like, your grandma was probably, like, occasionally mentioned old school druid circles. Druids, you know, druidic is a secret language. Druids tend to be reclusive, spending more time in nature than civilization.
Right.
But they did have, like, sacred sites. You don't know anything about the Circle of the Bear's Claw specifically, but if they had a site near here, you could probably glean more from it than Salt could.
Okay.
Oh. It had an inscription on it, yada yada. Don't spill blood or the High Courts will have problem with you or something.
The High Court.
Then Lawrence's eyebrows go up like,
Which part?
oh,
That's Faye.
whew.
Oh, it's Faye?
You,
Probably. You didn't get into a fight there, did you?
or at least,
Yeah.
no blood spilled?
No blood as far as I saw.
So you were in a fight.
Yeah.
Who'd you get in a fight with?
Looks at Lorem and saw
I
complaint.
I can make a guess. He came back without the axe and said the horn was safe. He got in a fight with Clan Valdon.
Yeah. The Owl's Talons.
Well, that was a lot quicker than I thought it would be.
Can I make a perception check to see if there's anything in the trees?
Yes, you can. Let me set the DC first.
That's actually a really good idea. Well done.
Also, I'm just giving him a quick once over, make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
I have set the DC. You are welcome to make a perception check.
Activate perception of stupid.
Wow.
So that's a nat 1.
No.
Oh,
So
And that one +2.
you don't notice anything. What's the +2 from? The bird.
Bird.
No, nat 1 is still a nat 1, unfortunately. You do not notice anything. That being said, it sounded like Rock was going to look around too.
Yeah, but I'm not looking in the trees. I'm just scanning the, what's it called? Not the ground, but like ground layer where like all the bushes and stuff are.
Yeah, I understand. Do you have dark vision?
Things have changed recently. Let me double check before I say no.
You don't get dark vision from your druid stuff.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Unless you turn
Oh,
into
okay.
something with it.
Okay, so that's going to be disadvantage.
they
Going to
can
guide
guide
myself.
themselves, though.
Yep.
Yeah, you can still guidance. Guidance is a meta spell. You never have to ask. It's like, would Rockham do this? Like, the player casts guidance. Okay.
Alright.
So,
Meta spell, not to be confused with meta magic.
so with a
Alright.
Goblin 22 with disadvantage,
No, Jesus.
you absolutely see a large figure, like standing against a tree, not behind the tree, but more like against the tree, and the outfit tapers similar to tree bark as long as they're in shadow.
They look like they're trying to hide.
No, I mean yes, they look like they're trying to hide. They don't look like they're like threatening you in any way.
Yeah, I'll just quietly say like, if he's at like 10 o'clock or something, just say 10 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. Because you point them out, and Brayden, you see the individual.
Listen, all I'm saying is I didn't know what the high quote was, and I wasn't gonna take any chances with the fight I did have, and I left an axe.
Good call.
It
An
wasn't
axe from
it wasn't
what?
Galestorm.
I figured not.
You were looting some of those orcs earlier. Did you take something from them, or?
Yeah, I took the axe off the guy that was calling the shots.
Aye.
I left that one on the altar, and then it lit on green fucking fire and melted.
It didn't melt; it dissolved.
Sorry, and dissolved.
Does I have a dumb question?
Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Does the different like alternative planes are a thing often talked about in magical study?
Yeah.
Does
You've
Pierce know anything
probably
about the
seen a
plane?
diagram of the spheres.
Yeah. What does Pierce know about the Fae?
Make an I almost said Arcana, and then I thought about that for a minute. Make a religion check.
Okay.
Religion makes a little too much sense.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Never really thought about that before.
What is it
I
with
need
that
roll this
one?
myself, but
Yep. Alright, so the nat 20, I'm just gonna throw that. You got 26 on this, so I'm just gonna throw this open. Any 7 questions you want to ask me about the Fae and the High Court to go ham.
Oh, shit.
wow.
Okay. Oh,
That's a lot of questions.
7 questions.
You
Holy
got a
fuck.
nat 20, and it was above 25, so
Yeah, okay. So Salcom told the group what the inscription he read said, yes?
yep.
Pretty much.
What I know about the Fae is they are literal as fuck.
Yep, they're lawful creatures. They're the other side of the coin from devils. Devils and Fae operate on the same logic.
Yeah. And Salcom said he'd left an offering
Yup.
in the form of an axe from a dead war chief.
Mm-hmm.
based on the reaction the axe had with that circle, what can Pierce gleam about how the Fae reacted to it?
That's not the way to phrase that question.
Okay, wait. How do I phrase this?
Based on the axe, nothing. It ain't what happened to the axe that's important, it's what happened to Sokka.
Well, seeing as Sokkam's not like,
A frog.
yeah.
Yeah. Then no blood was seemingly spilled, but they're not gonna turn down an offering.
And Sokkum said that he straight up just went, I don't want to take any chances, so here's this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are three main laws that govern the inner workings of the Fae. The law of debt, the law of hospitality, and the law of curiosity.
Okay.
Sokkum satisfied all three of those. New thing in our circle immediately tries to learn our ways and like abide them. Law of hospitality covered. Thinks there might have been. Thinks there.
Immediately. I want
Do
to
you
say
want
this,
an
he
answer?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is concerned there might have been an infraction, and immediately tries to make good, giving of himself. Law of debt covered.
Yeah.
And interesting thing that's never been there before. Who again tried to abide this stuff? Law of curiosity covered. The odds of Sokkum having anything detrimental on him right now are very, very small.
Okay.
With the exception of, like, eyes.
Sorry, the exception of what?
What?
Eyes on him.
Ah.
Mm.
So he might have attracted attention.
Oh, he almost certainly attracted attention. That was a reaction.
Yeah.
But they can't do anything because Sokkum satisfied the rules.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. So, this was a druidic circle.
Mm-hmm.
The Fae are not exactly... The Fae and nature are closely linked, but they aren't exactly the same. Like, tied together entirely.
Correct.
What of the link between druids and the Fae? What kind of link is there?
So, there is another name for the High Court that is more relevant to druids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember exactly how I have it, but it's... Think of it as effectively like... What's the opposite of a nightmare?
A daydream?
No, like a dream that is like perfect in every way.
I've heard the term whimsy thrown around.
Whimsy is more like a fancy. Like, oh, that's interesting. That's not what I'm. Like, a nightmare is everything is bad. Your brain is eating itself, right? What is?
I
what
mean,
is-
we
what-
have Google here, so
What's the opposite?
Utopia, I suppose.
nightmare.
Not like an actual utopia, but like
A paradise?
Paradise, I guess, but like, I don't like the way that fits together.
Right.
But I
There's
think
not
dreams in themselves is just good.
in the English language. There is not a direct antonym to
There's
nightmare.
not a direct antonym to nightmare. Okay. Well, that gives me some freedom, I guess. For now, let's go with Verdant Paradise. But I'm probably gonna change that name because I don't like the way it fits together.
Okay.
But suffice to say, it is the High Courts, the Feywild, the lands of the Fey, is to a mortal druid that sees it, because of the ideals that most druids have. It is equal and opposite of seeing Cthulhu.
Which in itself is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, a bit.
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensibly perfect. Yes.
Yeah. Incomprehensibly the opposite of nightmare.
Yes.
too perfect.
No. Not too perfect.
No, it is perfect. Like too perfect is not perfect.
Exactly. To say it's heaven for druids is yes and no. But we're on the right track. It is for a mortal druid, because of the proclivities of druids, who has experienced the Feywild, it is almost a physiological need to experience it again.
If you come back to the mortal plane after attending the Feywild,
Yes.
it's kind of like,
It's disappointing.
I hate to use this word. It's like a drug. Everything loses
Yes.
its color.
Yes.
Kind of.
No. Like straight up, the best way I could describe it is, you know, those glasses that allow a colorblind person to see color.
It's like them. It's like taking that away.
Taking that away. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
There's your first two questions.
Okay. What does Pierce know about the different courts? Because there's more than one court.
Yes. There are technically 6 courts, 2 high courts and 4 low courts. The high courts are dawn and dusk, and then each lower court corresponds to a season. And the courts rotate when opposing axes.
Okay, so there's dawn, dusk, and then there's ones for each season.
Yes. And the 2 sets
And-
rotate on different axes.
Okay.
So do you suppose the mention of a high court was in reference to both of them, or one specifically?
It could have been both.
I mean, I imagine this isn't a question, more like speculation. I imagine it's kind of like the moon almost, as one waxes, the other one wanes in power.
Correct. Sometimes all 4 seasons are in the dawn court. Sometimes all 4 seasons are in the dusk court. Sometimes it's 2 and 2.
And as dawn or dusk wanes or waxes, the ones in each of those courts respectively increase in power or decrease in power.
Correct.
Oh, Fortunist plays in the background.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's impossible to tell which court.
He's aware.
and which court is tied to this circle, if any.
Gotcha.
Also, the Fae are under no circumstances required to be truthful about this.
Aye.
An emissary from the Dusk Court of Autumn could say they're from the Dawn Court of Summer.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Okay.
Yes.
I've got a question that I don't know if I can get from that previous question, or this will be an entirely different question at all, but I'm willing to risk it. I have like 7. So the way you describe that, from the Dawn Court of Autumn, that would mean there's technically, if the way I'm understanding, there's technically 8.
No. First of all, there would be technically 12.
Wait, no.
And second of all, no.
Wait, where are you getting the number 12?
Where are you getting number 8?
I'm confused. There's Dawn and Dusk of each season.
There's also Dawn and Dusk themselves.
So it'd be 10.
But it's
10, and then plus the seasons by themselves, so that's another 4, so 14.
No, the seasons are always one or the other, but also it doesn't work like that.
Okay.
It's not the Dawn Court of Dusk and the Dawn Court of Summer and the Dusk Court of Summer are different things. They're not. It's like
kind of like how some kingdoms their capital would move depending on the season.
Is it that they rotate with
Yep.
the high courts?
They rotate opposite the high courts, actually.
Okay, so when dusk is the superior, dawn becomes the greater of the seasons.
No.
Or the seasons become their dawn.
The season. No. It's where the lower court sits is how it's reflected, but that doesn't mean that the allegiances change. It's like, think of it more like political parties. You've got dusk voters and dawn voters in every court. But which one is in power depends on where they are in the rotation, as opposed to an election. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
So individuals in autumn that go towards the dusk would be stronger when their season is in dusk versus
Correct.
when their season is in dawn.
Correct.
That makes the most sense.
Gotcha.
They don't go away when autumn is in dawn. Well, some of them might.
They might fade.
They might flee to a different court. They might hide away and wait. They might be like in the middle. They might be like centrist, and so it doesn't really matter that much. Or
They might masquerade as a chicken and hang out on the prematerial plane.
yes, or they might just continue to be out there making their political moves during non-peak season.
Mhm.
Or they might just, from what I'm understanding, might just belong to dusk or dawn itself.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
You got 3 more questions.
Jesus, that was fast. Okay. What kind of things are the Fae known to do when you wrong them?
When you've wronged them,
Turn you into a frog, apparently.
so
Where do we start?
a devil, if you wrong a devil, they're just going to kill you and take your soul, because then your soul is helpless and they can use it as currency.
Yes.
With
It's money.
a Fae, you will pay them back. No ifs, no ands, no buts. You will pay them back. And if you don't agree with their terms, too late. You've already wrote that check.
And now your ass has to cash it.
Yup.
Insert joke about changeling the lost here.
They have a lot of They have a lot of power over what mortals conceive to be reality. They are powerless to change their own reality.
So, where the Fae can manipulate our senses and change what's going on around us, in a Fae versus Fae fight, it's like two people fighting.
No. A Fae versus Fae fight is like two superheroes fighting.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
The way that statement feels sits with me like early Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Like everyone watching like Goku fight Vegeta. Gohan can't see shit that's going on, but everyone else is like, yep, this makes sense.
Yeah. I was thinking more about collateral damage, though.
Yeah.
You got two
That's
more
the main part I
questions.
was gathering.
You got two more questions.
I mean, comparison still works.
If anyone else has questions, I'm willing to open the floor at this point. I tend to get the last couple questions and then open it up. Because I'm bad at questions.
You're doing good so far.
In that, no one's speaking up, so I'm gonna continue.
Make sure you're not
In
muted,
that-
friends.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
thinking.
yeah, same.
I'll hold the last one, but I want to ask this one.
Okay.
In that same token, if you do a favor, if say a Fae owes you a favor, what? How? I'm trying to think of the way to word this.
How powerful of a thing is that to possess?
How much of a boon is that? I
It
guess
really depends on the Fae.
favor. It depends on the Fae.
Depends on the Fae. Depends
And
on
why
the
they
favor.
owe you a favor.
Yeah. Also, getting a Fae to owe you a favor is hard.
Yeah, that's fair.
You'd have to catch one at a time. From what I want to understand, you'd have to catch one at a time during a shift of power.
I don't know where you're getting
And-
that from.
Well, some of them hide away, right?
Right.
So
They would. They like, as in not in the courts.
yeah,
But no, that has
Assumedly.
nothing to do with it.
I was going to assumedly like
They
if
know
one
their
puts
own laws.
himself.
Go ahead, Gamzee.
Dang it,
Go ahead.
right?
Go ahead, Gamzee.
If one of them, if they're in a tight spot, and that's the reason they decide to dip when the shift occurs, and they start getting stopped in their disappearing act, shall we word it, and you fucking get them out, wouldn't that quantify?
Qualify. And yes, it would. But the way that you phrased that was that's the only way to do it, and that's not true.
I did not mean to
You kind
word
of have
it like
to find
that. Yeah.
one in a bind in general. It just has to be dramatic enough.
Not
The-
necessarily in a bind. There are like,
You
And-
can get them out of a bind and they still not owe you.
or likewise, they might give you a favor just because. The problem with dealing with Fae is they're very mercurial, and the bigger step beyond that is not only are they mercurial, but failing to get what you want from a Fae opens you up to whatever a Fae could do to you and you won't see it coming. So the stakes are higher.
So
They
they
know
could
their
owe you.
laws. Go ahead.
just they could owe you, and if you don't like what they gave you, that's not their problem.
Yeah, more to the point, like, they could owe you and then be like, I'm going to eat you. And then you'd be like, please don't eat me. And you'd be like, okay, we're square. And then poof, they're gone. And then they show up later and it's be like, this is a separate occasion. I'm going to eat you now. And now you can't do shit. Like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
hey, remember me? I'm feeling a little peckish.
This is kind of a bad example, but bear with me. Dealing with a fae is kind of like dealing with somebody in rehab. You don't know what they're gonna do. I guess a better example is dealing with a strange animal.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah, strange animal makes sense.
You could do something with them 100 times, and they'll respond to it the same every time. And then the 101st time, they respond to it violently.
Yes.
Just because they had a different reaction to it.
Or you've done some little thing different and you didn't even think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a lot of people, it's just not worth it.
It's really not.
Like, most people would rather go to djinns for their favor because at least djinns are predictable.
Yeah. I still got that one question.
By the way, if anybody knows anything about djinns, you know what I just said is bullshit. But compared to the fae...
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Compared to the fae, djinns are quite stable.
God, I'd hate to be the poor sucker that has to go to the fae to save their world, you know?
Right?
Funny that there's a content book about that coming out this month.
I know.
Oh boy.
Give it 2 days,
for that poor party. I feel bad for that poor party. I wonder who it's gonna be.
The Jungle Beast.
Oh, probably.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
It's probably going to be the Crown of Fangs crew.
He hasn't even
Because
arrived.
of course there's yet another problem.
He hasn't even arrived, and I already need to start working out a backup for Kian.
Anyway, you got one more question, Nightfall. Come on. You're burning daylight.
If nobody else has a question, I'm burned for them. I don't have anything else.
I got
Nothing really that I want to know here.
Um,
But we can ask almost anything.
About the fae.
I mean, yes.
Or the Feywild.
Or the Feywild. Okay, well, here's a dumb question in case we ever... Okay, go ahead and pose your question.
Not a question so much as a conjecture. I wonder if there's any fae out there who know how to make a dragon lance.
But you're willing to pay for it.
I wouldn't be able... Yeah, like, right? You gotta be able to pay for it.
Could ask about, like, fae craftsmanship or something, maybe? So we can get an idea of what that's like.
I'd be more inclined to ask, how does one get to the Feywild in case we ever have to do that?
In this group?
No!
Oh boy!
We wouldn't make it out, let's be real.
No, we wouldn't.
How
but if we
does
ever had to
one
go,
get to the Feywild? There's a very, 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 very easy way to go to the Feywild. Step into a mushroom ring.
Don't mushroom ring. Oh boy. Yikes.
Fun fact. The thought and desire alone is sometimes enough for Fae to let you in.
Yes!
It's like a snare trap. Failure perception check. Goodbye.
Yeah. You could also drink the tree soup.
The
Oh
tree
god,
soup.
no!
Oh, no! The tree soup. Oh no!
I hate that we both knew what that was.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god. I know exactly what the tree soup is.
I
don't know what's in it, but I know what it is.
Another way is to hunt a white stag.
Tree soup. Maybe you'll go to the Feywild, maybe you'll get dysentery.
Right. You're going to the Feywild one way or other. It's just a question if you die first.
following a strange trail.
I'm assuming out of curiosity more than anything.
Yes. Following a person dressed in white through the woods. Following the sound of horns. Finding a picnic in the forest. There's lots of ways to get to the Feywild. The rub is doing it on purpose.
Yeah. Because you're not going to see that mushroom circle you step into.
I mean, you can.
I mean, yes, but once you've seen it, it's probably not. They're probably gonna, this guy's boring. Because the Fae are always watching.
Yeah, the thing about this guy's boring is...
He's lunch.
Yeah.
Ooh, snack time.
I remind you that hags are Fae.
Yeah. They'll put you in the tree soup.
Yup.
Yeah, you're gonna be the tree soup.
Ugh. Okay, well that's my questions.
Yes, it is.
But back to the scene.
Yes.
Sockham? Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So, Gamzee.
Paging Gamzee to the front desk, please.
Well, it's good that he's not here because my stream is dying again.
Oh dear.
Here we go again.
Stream.
At least you know it's not a kudu chewing on gourds.
It's not a kudu chewing on cords, no. Okay, I think we good.
Okay.
Gamzellas.
He said BRB like 21 minutes ago. Or so.
But he's spake since then.
Gamzee, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
Also, Gamzee, you're muted.
You are muted.
It might be somebody behind him, guys.
That's fair. Anyway.
Mm.
In the meantime...
In the meantime, there's 5 of the KnightLites all sitting around a fire.
Honey,
Yeah, Pierce?
I don't know how much you know about the Fae. But based on what Sockham said, he's safe for now.
That's good. I'd rather not see him turn into a frog or something.
But it sounds like he qualified for 3 of their major rules.
What's that?
He like goes like list them off his fingers. There's hospitality, debt, and curiosity. He came in, wanted to learn of the circle. Hospitality. Wait, no, that's alright.
Curiosity.
Sounds more curiosity than hospitable.
That one's curiosity. What was the hospitality part? What did you do for that?
He learned the rules and tried to abide them.
He learned the rules of the circle, learned of it. Curiosity, he abided by them. Hospitality, and when he felt that he had wronged them in some way, he tried to pay that debt with something.
That makes sense.
The bigger concern is the Owl's talons.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm a little more concerned about the assassins and where the axe went, and if he's okay.
I think Pierce side-eyes Sockham a bit. Judging by the fact that he's still here after an encounter with assassins, he ran his mouth faster than they could stab him.
Usually running your mouth is a bad thing.
Bravo.
That's what I'm worried. I'm gonna ping Gamzee.
He's probably dealing with something. Don't ping him.
It'll be
Okay.
fine.
Just keep going.
There's no telling what story he had to tell them to get them off his back.
I mean, he is known for stories.
Knowing Sockham, he probably told him the truth.
That's exactly what I was just
Probably.
thinking.
I'm also worried about that.
I mean, if the truth was a problem,
I'm
we wouldn't be
worried.
sitting here right now.
I'm worried about how much he told them.
You think they told him where our home was?
I don't know.
It's possible.
Regardless of what told him. Brayden, Rockham. Can you tell if he was followed back here?
He was.
He's gonna speak as hushed as he can.
I just kind of like head nod toward the direction I saw earlier.
Right on back.
Fred of glance in that direction.
Pierce isn't gonna look in the direction at all to give no indication that that's what we're discussing.
To be fair, from what Sockham told us about the owls, they've probably been following us for a while.
Probably, yeah. It's just best to assume we're being watched pretty much all the time.
I don't have many spell slots for a fight. I was hoping.
If they were going to fight, they wouldn't
No,
be.
spell slot's the wrong word. I don't have enough.
Energy.
I don't
Energy
think there's a.
for-
I don't think they're looking for a fight anymore. At least not for a while.
Given the hour, maybe it's best if we all just get some sleep.
Set up some watches for sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch. I'm not
Funny
feeling very
thing, you don't need to worry about a watch because Crow.
I mean, it's not so much first watch as it is like the middle of the night at this point.
I still want to stay up for a bit.
We still need to decide what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we can decide that in the morning.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I think
Fresh
enough
minds.
nerves are frayed tonight.
I'm gonna stay up a little longer. I want to try and try to find some breakthrough in my notes.
As the GM,
You
I'm
think
compelled.
You think you're gonna find a breakthrough without the thing to examine?
I was
What were you
going to
saying,
say, as the GM, I'm compelled to ask, both for my notes and for the sake of the stream, breakthrough on what?
Pierce has some kind of memory of. He used detect magic on it. He examined the spear earlier. He's gonna try and make some kind of progress on his notes, even though he doesn't have it.
The dragon lance, you mean?
I need more
Yeah.
than that.
I want Pierce. When we first encountered it, he wanted to develop a spell that mimicked what it did.
So is it just like going through spells you've cast before or know of, and kind of like correlating what might be close to it?
Like he would have to rework a spell entirely and build it from the ground up
Probably. Yeah.
using the different
Like,
rules.
you say you're looking for breakthrough, you haven't even started. The fact of the matter is, it's a different magic system.
Yeah, so it would be okay. Then I worded that wrong entirely.
Wait, my internet's dying again.
Heck,
This is starting to
these
piss me
things
off.
happen. It happens.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
No, just
It was all stable through Final Fantasy, was it not?
Yeah.
Hello?
I wonder what's changed.
Hi, welcome back.
Hey,
There you are, Gamzee.
Sorry, I got summoned and I didn't have time to say something.
No worries. Everything good?
Yep.
Cool.
I was tempted with waffles and didn't realize I didn't have my phone.
My internet is still dying.
To be fair,
Oh,
waffles
no.
are very tempting.
What did I miss?
Pierce talking. Anyway, you don't know how this other magic system works. You don't know how it interacts with the weave. If it's the same weave.
Then I guess what he would be working towards would not be a breakthrough. It would be finding a starting point. The only way to try is to get started.
How?
Yeah, I'm a bit lost.
I-
I feel like it's trying to teach like that kid who fixes bikes at the corner, trying to teach him how to build a rocket. Very different systems.
No, because if ostensibly you know how to build a rocket, it's more akin to that same kid being like, I'm gonna build a rocket.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you doing? I'm building a rocket. You work at a bicycle shop.
Then,
No.
Then-
You got any, but I'm sorry. I know. Proceeds to use bicycle pump to make a bottle rocket.
Yeah, right. But that's not what Pierce is trying to do.
Like you can
Right.
Like
Go
if you
through
want to
vibration,
see
maybe?
if you want to see how the lance interacts with the weave, then you
I
need
need the land.
or the weave.
how would
And for that, you're going to need to go straight to Mishra.
I
No,
don't
because
have-
again, it might be a different weave.
Yeah.
You either need an example of magic from that plane, or you need the lance.
you gotta
So I
have a
can't do
reference,
anything
I think.
until we have that.
This is the type of thing, what you're describing is what someone builds an entire character around. This is not something you can do in your head in the forest.
The type of thing, bring to Vajra and be like, I want to head this project because I found it, and have resources given to you.
And even then, this is backstory stuff. Like,
Yeah,
This
this
is-
is something that
this is
includes-
not, I
back
want to
in-
have a breakthrough sitting around the camp smelling ogre ass.
Okay, I get it.
Wow.
It was a good idea, just wrong timing.
I can't do anything without.
You can't
spear to
do
begin with.
that. If that's the whole entire thing you want to do ever, then no, you can't do anything. But there's a difference between not being able to do anything and not being able to do that specific thing.
I can't do anything in regards to that without the lance.
You can't do anything.
I don't have.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What were you saying?
You can't do anything in regards to what?
Coming up with a workaround with that for not having the sphere.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't it?
So
Like-
I'm just gonna
Like,
backtrack.
the
and
scientific method requires testing of a hypothesis. To do that, like your preferred result is find thing to hurt these dragon creatures. Yes,
Yes.
that's your objective. Find thing to hurt these dragon creatures. So you either need a test subject, in which case you just fire shit at it and see what sticks. You need a weapon that you know, like unequivocally is effective, the lance, or you need the blueprint of the effective weapon. You need one of those three things to further that track at all.
Which I don't have.
Right.
I
But
understand that.
but you have now you know what three things you need.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But for now, I'm going to backtrack that statement.
Fair enough. Salk, you were talking about your trip to the circle.
So there was that, and then so I got there. I started trying to look at the markings on the plinth, right? Real fun fact about that. The talons are fucking sneaky.
Funny
Makes
as
sense.
that.
Yeah.
They
Like-
follow
like-
an owl. Like, sneaky is
Yeah.
kind of their shtick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But like, this is advanced sneaky. Like, Brayden, you and your girlfriend are fucking incredible. You're literally a baby comparatively.
And he just
Maybe
shrugs his shoulders a bit. So I guess I need to step up my game then.
There's the chance that they just cast Pass Without Trace.
Maybe.
It's possible, but even so,
The point is, they surrounded me, and one of them was like, "You're lucky to have found this sacred place, or else you'd be dead where you stand." I was like, "Cool. If you can't kill me here, I'm gonna go back to trying to read." And she punches me in the face.
I mean,
It sounds like they had a druid among them, if they were able to read the circle.
Or their clan fucking Valdak, and they already had the information.
mhm.
I think Pierce
Or both.
shrugs.
I mean, you know
Yeah,
they
and
had a
just
druid
straight
with them.
on. Yeah, they did.
Also, they did absolutely have a druid with them.
There we go.
They had the Primarch.
That's not who I mean.
Well, I don't.
The first one that spoke, the one who was like, "You'd be dead where you stand," she punched you in the face. You grabbed her and you threw her over the hinge, and she turned into a bird in midair.
Bear.
A druid rogue sounds interesting.
She was a monk, but yeah.
A druid monk, that's even scarier.
There was the one that punched me was absolutely a druid. I grabbed her by the ankle and threw her, and she turned into a bird midair right after I threw her out of the circle of hedges. Henge.
henge.
Big stones.
The stones are stones. The whole thing is a henge.
Oh, point is, they tried ganging up on me. I threw them around some more. I made sure not to hurt anyone. One of them decided to, rush my belt. So I forced them to the ground by the nape, and then I got magicked.
What kind of magic?
I can't. Oh, holy shit! I can't fucking move magic.
Sounds like an old person.
Maybe I don't know many spells, Pierce. I can. He makes dancing lights. I can barely do this.
Did they speak a command? Or did they just kind of stun you?
I don't know. I suddenly could not move.
You could have heard them if they spoke a command.
You could have, except Nadja has a feat called Silent Spell.
Oh, god damn it.
I absolutely could have, except, it was the fucking Primarch that did it. I don't think you know what Primarch means, Pierce. It means, I lead an entire clan. There's a good reason for it. Sit down, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she has another feat. She has another feat called Subtle Spell.
Oh,
Did
fuck
it
you.
stick or was it just for a second?
Notes. In
But
that same vein, you should know by now not to just walk away from camp alone. And you did anyway.
yes, you're right. Not my smartest move, but it's a lot lately. Being out
Yes.
here makes me think of home. It felt nice, alright?
It's been a crazy well, I'd say a few days, but it's been a crazy month.
So what did you tell them to make it to where they didn't just kill you and take the axe?
Well, they were very interested in the fact that I could have apparently easily killed their group and didn't. So that was a really good start. From there, we just started talking. I gave them our story more or less. I told them everything about Paul. He bats Rockham in the chest. Like that hey, I did the thing.
You didn't tell him where he was, did you?
I did, but I also explained why they literally can't get there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope they're too busy to bother.
Told them where Amberridge is?
I told them they're in Amberridge. We're from there. You can't get in, and I also can't point you in that direction because I really don't know where we are.
So what I'm hearing is we should get back sooner rather than later.
We need to get back
Probably.
sooner rather than later anyway, because,
Things aren't
you
looking
know.
Yeah. He clacking the axe, the flat side in his other hand while he's thinking.
Right.
I gave them information on dragon lances
You did what?
Why?
because they have
I
a bigger
think-
problem. That's where the rift opened.
Oh.
How much did you tell them?
We're not
Also,
making
where's
this
the
a
rift?
thing. We're not making this a thing, Pierce.
No, how much did you tell them?
We're not making this a thing.
I insist. How much did you tell them?
I'm sure he speaks up. No, he noticeably speaks up without a real tone of anger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm sure we'll get our lands back, so it won't matter.
Not if you told them where it was.
I'm sure they wouldn't do that. I was
Are
cooperative.
you sure?
Yes, because that would be screwing everyone.
It's a good thing that they know.
What do you figure?
If we're the only ones who know and we go off and get killed, they're fucked. We almost died just a couple hours ago. It could happen again. We might not get lucky that time. It might stick.
Besides, lucky for you, I forgot where you said one of them was, so I just had to give them the riddle.
Okay, which one?
The sister of the city that fell into perdition.
They would know that.
Probably.
That one's the easiest riddle on there. Sorry, that's the easiest riddle of them. You just said she's the Primarch of Clan Valdek. Of course she would know that. We're so fucked. I think he just he's sitting.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Those-
fucked yet.
He's hands ringing through his hair a bit.
Pierce, I know this is bad, but we're not fucked yet.
We'll figure something out.
If we run into one of those things, we are screwed.
We'll find a way. We always do. I swear, brother, it's like you have no faith in the world anymore.
We'll make it work.
No, because we always have to make our own solutions. We always have.
Yes, and we made them work.
On the plus side, Salcom, you know of a fifth lance.
On the plus side, I wasn't the only one giving information on lances.
That makes her.
Lawrence's eyebrows go up, like, hello.
Pierce kinda sits up a bit.
One of the ones that came through the rift had something sticking out from its back, apparently. A member of something called the Firewatch managed to snag it and run.
Run where?
She told you.
Yeah, it's me trying to remember.
Icewind Dale.
It was Icewind Dale. To Icewind's Dale.
Cool, let's just walk all the way to Icewind Dale and not encounter a single dragonkin.
She told you the dale was closed.
Yeah, that won't work either.
Why not?
Dale's closed.
What do you mean the Dale's closed?
Something is keeping people out, and presumably people in, because they haven't heard hide or hair of this Firewatch since.
More for the pile.
Then why bring it up?
Because it's
If you
information
already
to
know-
have.
It's inaccessible. What does it matter?
To be fair,
Because-
you'd be mad at him if he hid it anyway.
Yeah.
This came up a while later. You'd ask him why you didn't tell him.
Moreover, we
I'd-
don't know how long the dale's going to be closed.
Or how long it's been closed for.
For all we know, it could open tomorrow.
Also said someone's already working on it.
Well, there we go.
Freeing the Dale, I mean.
We can't be everywhere.
And we're especially lucky because of who it is that's working on it.
What's that?
What?
Helio Wolfwalker and I guess a group called the Champions of the North. Which
That's
is
quite a
cool.
name.
Our
Is it
name-
Metal
yeah.
Heroes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I don't know the name.
it's a bit of an intense name, but you know what? Whatever works for them.
Wait a minute, wasn't Kilio that one that you summoned when you were trying to call on Shara?
That's why I don't fear this situation even a little. If there's
So what-
anyone, Ben, if there's anyone that can open up the Dale, it'll be Kilio and whatever group they gathered.
The Dale doesn't help us if we're all the way down here.
You're right. I have
But
plans.
information is information.
Information is information. And I've got plans. Not. He looks around the woods. I'm not putting my full hand on display yet because no one with information ever should.
Hey, Brayden,
But-
isn't your passive perception stupid?
22.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
You hear
Jeez.
a bow fire.
From
You-
what direction?
You don't hear an impact. You don't hear the whiz of an arrow. You hear the bing of a bow.
From what direction?
What idiot is dry firing a bow?
The same direction you saw the person by the tree.
Like, slow turns and looks at them.
There's nothing there. Well, I said there's nothing there. There's an arrow in the tree, and that's it.
Does it look like there's anything attached to the arrow?
No.
It's- I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Not sure if important or schmuckbait.
And Lawrence just has a slow inhale of, oh, goody.
The only one who saw it was Brayden. There was a person there. Now there's not a person there, and there's an arrow sticking out of the tree. That's the information you have.
If it matters, my passive is 17, but it's not as high.
I mean, if that's the case, can I check if they've just moved or are they gone?
Yeah, make a perception check.
You can have my guidance.
He's gonna need it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not enough.
Wow.
Jeez.
For those wondering, Brayden got a 22.
And it's night. Holy crap.
So you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Aside from the fact that the person who was watching you now has an arrow sticking out of their tree, and they're not there. Guess that's out of the ordinary, but other than that, nothing.
I mean, it's possible they were the ones getting a note, but who knows?
Generally speaking, you take the arrow.
Yeah, you know, everyone's different.
I mean, my conclusion is either there's someone else here, or
what Malcolm just said about them being fucking aces is a little more true than Brayden probably wanted.
Unless they were trying to get us to think they left.
Them being aces of stealth would not explain why there's an arrow in their tree.
There.
Unless they were trying to get our attention, I'm stumped.
The arrow was not directed at you in
is
any way. The person was looking at the camp out of the firelight, way off in the forest. It took, like, the hunter and the rogue to see them. Brayden heard the twang of a bowstring, no impact, no grunt, nothing. Looked in that direction, saw the person was gone, there was an arrow in that tree. The pieces say that has nothing to do with the NightLites.
Yeah.
The pieces say there's a fight going on beyond the trees that doesn't involve us, from my perspective.
If there's a fight going on, I have a feeling we'll hear about it.
Will you, though?
Eventually.
I mean,
will
shouting.
we?
People usually shout.
I mean,
Still assassins,
not always.
Unless we want to go investigate.
I'm just saying, if it
I'm not
was...
sure what to do about it.
If there may not be anything to do about it. I'm just saying Brayden had high enough passive perception to hear it.
yeah.
I have to give him the information.
If that's the case, I'd probably tap, rock him, and point at eyes and circle.
We'll
Keep
go
an eye
there.
out.
Yeah.
No, as keep an eye around us.
Already have been.
But yeah, to your point, you'd hear grunting, whatever. Just allow me to offer a potential, area-appropriate counterpoint to that. An elvish ranger versus an owl's talon.
Oh no!
You ain't hearing shit, Rockham.
Yeah, that is.
Agree to disagree.
Oh, yeah. If that's
A point to make. These fuckers didn't even make noise when Salcom threw them, and they hit each other.
Oh,
That I didn't know.
fuck. Out of character information that we all have due to the extra,
Mm-hmm.
Salcom told them that the elves have already had a lance.
Yep.
Yeah.
These fucking dumbasses.
Not our problem at the moment.
I thought Valdak were supposed to be smart.
Who's to say Valdek's the aggressor?
dumbasses.
Who's to say Valdek's the aggressor?
Yeah, the elves might have been like, fuck them. Started a fight.
You're in our
Hey,
woods now, boy.
Came to the wrong woods.
I point out the fact that you're not sure where the border of the Arctic Forest is, but the NightLites have permission. The captain was like, go here and do this. I'm just saying.
Valdak just kind of
Showed up.
showed up.
I mean,
They didn't have an invitation.
I have a dumb question.
And
Just out of
also,
favor.
secondary point, Clan Valdak is not particularly smart. They're wise.
This don't feel very wise either.
You're right. Go ahead, Nightfall.
Do elves make their arrows a particular way?
Yes.
So you could tell if you examine
This
the
arrow is about 200 feet away.
Yeah, we'd
Brayden
have to go
has
and pick up
22
the arrow.
passive perception.
Oh,
You'd have to go and like pick up the arrow to see it.
I mean, yeah, when we start bedding down for the night, I'm gonna go and
Like,
grab
like
the arrow.
literally, if Brayden pointed at the tree where the arrow is, none of the rest of you except for Connie
Yeah.
could see it.
Like for Rock, it was keep an eye. I'm like, all right, already doing it. But cool.
Like when I say only Brayden heard that bow shot, that's because only Brayden in about 10 miles heard that bow shot.
He's got them spooky warlock
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This man has a 22 passive perception.
Only because of the bird.
I was gonna say,
They're not.
now it's just warlock bullshit.
Yeah.
We are not gonna come to an agreement on the orcs, so I think it's just best we rest. We're gonna.
I mean,
need
no,
it
I
tomorrow.
disagree. The orcs need to die. The ogres, on the other hand, can stay put.
Oh wait, no, wait, I misworded that. Forgive me. The
No, it's in character. Pierce is tired as fuck.
There you go.
the ogres.
1 a.m.
We're gonna have an argument about, regardless of what happens.
Well, maybe we should sleep before we argue again.
While they're awake,
I mean, I don't think they can understand common.
I imagine we're gonna take watches.
They were
despite the bird.
responding to common.
they
They're
were.
repeating it.
I'm sorry, I just want to say, Pierce, if you refer to
I don't
a
want to
thing,
hear it.
sentient being as a resource again, I'm dunking you in a river.
I don't want to hear it. I
Well,
think
you've
Pierce is
already
gonna
heard
go
it.
to where- I think Pierce is gonna go to where his sleeping bag is.
Okay.
Works, because
Let's
you
just
already
leave it
heard
for
it.
tonight, you guys.
Ugh.
And yeah, I'll stay up a little bit later while they settle in.
Okay.
Just not any particular goal in mind. Just keeping an eye out. Just enjoying as much silence as there can be, anyway.
With the ogre sounding like an entire lumber mill, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Just
I think-
enjoying the moments of nothing too crazy happening.
I think Connie will be up a while too. She's gonna work on Lunar Radiance some more.
Well,
Warlock
you
sleep.
guys can benefit from a long rest.
Yep.
Last call to do anything during the night before we move forward.
It's not major, but Sockham's just gonna take some practice swings with the axe.
Attuned to
while.
it, attuned to it, it feels like Elstrom.
Oh,
Or-
okay,
Near about.
okay.
I don't have enough spells, so let's try and develop the spell I want right now.
Actually,
So
towards like right before I'm going to sleep, I'll scooch over to Connie, see what she's working on, start a conversation.
Okay.
You got a sec?
Yeah. What's up?
I don't know how to start this conversation, so I'll just say it. You good?
No.
Things got crazy.
And it's just getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and I don't know if we can keep doing this.
Well, one day at a time, right?
And every do it's something else going horribly wrong.
Done
Like-
some right things.
Yeah. And I thought things were gonna smooth out after the vault, like we could enjoy our vacation, and then the world keeps ending.
What's y'all's passive perception?
Mine is
13.
somewhere on my character sheet.
The
Seven.
only the people who are awake, Trace Care, thank you.
For the record, the bird has 18 and will wake me if there's something unusual.
Alright.
Mine's 17.
Sorry, 14.
Okay. So for the record, I'm rolling like ass tonight.
I mean, same.
Not as ass as this. I haven't rolled above 6 all night.
Oh,
Oof.
So yeah, I think like you guys go to like deal with Connie's ranting, and you're interrupted by a rustle in a bush, which causes the bird to rouse Brayden.
It like comes down and
Flip
just like
around.
pecks him on the head. So it's like, well, what's up?
To clarify, did we both hear the rustling?
Yeah, it's like right beside where you're sitting.
Yeah,
And Robin wanna,
glancing
flip
at the
around,
bush.
handle the bow.
Yeah. Whip around, hand on the bow, and there's that very quiet like exhale of breath from somebody who just got caught with their hand in a cookie jar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Not quite a word, but just like that noise. And then yeah, like a hooded Goliath, like you see the gray skin and the markings on the arms, like steps out of the bush, like holds a hand up, doesn't say anything, just like hold a hand up.
As he like holds his hands up, my foot nudges Sockham just a little bit.
One hand up, not both.
Where's his other hand?
Just at his side.
Okay. Care to join us at the fire instead of sneaking around?
Yeah, it's warm.
No response.
I'll try speaking in Goliath language is the language, right? What's the name of it?
Giant.
I'm looking at my giant. That's what it was. Try speaking in giant. Say
Yeah,
the same
you
thing.
start to say it in giant, and the response in common is "I heard you."
All right then. What's
What you doing here?
Just like hold the hand up again, and like a dismissive gesture, like oh, yeah.
I knock an arrow. Still keeping it pointed to the ground.
Yep.
This
Nudge
isn't gonna
Sockham
end in
again.
a fight, is it?
The Goliath goes, "I hope not."
Good.
What? No, Mr.
Just by
Honest.
odd chance, we don't recognize the voice at all, do we?
No.
Care to state why you're here then? Last time I'll ask.
Would you believe I was leaving?
Insight?
Feel free.
I was about to say it.
I'm gonna
You
get
can
myself.
give Rock advantage.
I
I'll take it.
said that as I clicked. I was going to give him it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll do separate rolls.
give him advantage. Don't. Yeah. All right, Mr. Dirty 30.
Wow.
So we now have a Goblin 20 and a Dirty 30. I like it.
And Dirty 31, actually, but anyway. Like, they're hooded.
Mhm.
You don't know this person. They're keeping their body language neutral. They're speaking very few words. But Nuffle is with you. So, like... Yeah, like, it seems like they don't want to be here any more than you want them to be here.
I mean, well, if they, with them saying, would you believe I'm leaving? It'd be a case of, alright then, get.
I mean, yeah, like, if you let him go, or her go, she's gonna leave.
Can I see their face at all, or is the hood
No.
obscuring it?
Look, we know we're being watched. If you guys need to watch us, you might as well come out.
The Goliath, like, pauses and, like, glances over her shoulder and looks back at you and, like grabs the front of the hood and pulls it back just enough so they can raise an eyebrow at you. And then, like, after a moment, they go, "What?" We work alone.
Was it not one of the talons, like, points at the tree?
Like, turns around, looks at the tree. Oh, that. Like, like, holds their arms up a little bit more clearly. It's like, I don't have a bow.
Not you specifically, one of the other talons.
I was the one that was here.
Then, who
Who
is...
shot the bow?
They say something in giant, just to clarify who speaks. I know Brockham does.
I don't.
Connor, do you speak giant?
No.
Okay, so they say the word some in common, and then in giant they say, like, moon drinker,
Moon trinket.
Oh. So there's the confirmation on elves.
Nah, that's a elf slang right there.
I don't know if Rockham would know if that's slang for anything or not.
Well, I suppose that would be some kind of check, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to make one.
Insight, I guess?
Were he awake, I'd have Sockham try.
I've been nudging you.
Yeah, Rockham kicked you.
Oh, I didn't.
He's been four times.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I could see Sock immediately falling back asleep with how exhausted everyone is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like, best guess, either an elf or some other kind of fae.
Nudge, nudge, nudge. Mom, 5 more minutes, please. I don't want to mow. I don't want to cut the.
Nudge, nudge, nudge. Oh, fuck off.
I don't want to cycle on.
I don't want to cycle on.
I mean, my line of logic is they don't seem like they're a threat at the moment, and they're just trying to get out of Dodge.
Moore's rapier. Be on your way then.
Like, dips their head and shoulders.
And I just kind of like do the shoe motion.
Yeah, like, turns to go, stops, half turns back. I'm sorry. I'm leaving. Are those ogres?
Yeah, it's a long
Yeah,
story.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what to do about that.
like, I'm still trying to figure out what to do about that. Like, opens cloak slightly, shows dagger hilt.
No.
Not yet. They might be able to help us get these villagers out of the cave.
Like, turns all the way back around. Villagers?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Yeah.
don't know shit.
Did you guys not hear about Nightstone and all that?
They come from all the way up there in the mountains, come to do their job, and then go back home. You think they care about local politics?
Yeah, I
yes,
think.
but
I think,
also something looking for this person in particular.
yeah, I think. Like, did you hear about the village? And the Talon is like. Right, you're not a mark anymore, so I'm just going to tell you that we found you by accident.
You know what? Fair.
There were
No
stories
one
of
ever
it.
locked that adds up.
Yeah, that makes sense. For
Technically, we found
context,
him by accident.
Looks at Sockham. Yeah.
By now, he's probably like half setting up.
By accident, I mean the Primarch has a spell to help us find the item.
Right.
To be completely honest with you, I'm not entirely certain where we are.
What I
Oh.
threw?
somewhere near Nightstone and our deep forest.
These words mean
I
nothing
did a
to me.
check a couple sessions ago from like here to Waterdeep, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, on
I
our
could
way
like,
up
give
here.
him that as a point of basis.
Yes, I know
General
that. I don't.
direction we came.
Yes, if we go generally that direction, we get to Waterdeep. That doesn't tell. Do ask me about a local village.
Yeah, long story short, the village got bombarded, and the citizens all fled to a cave, and then a bunch of orcs and these 2 ogres, and there's something about a displacer beast, and they're all in a pit with a purple worm.
And you kept them alive.
We don't know if they're alive yet. We're on
The
our way.
ogres.
Oh yeah, they're our friends.
They're
My
ogres.
They're not hurting us currently.
And they're chill as fuck.
Chill for ogres.
Right.
My God, Pierce would get along with these guys.
Look, it's a long story. You can sit and we'll tell you about it, but I have a feeling you're in a hurry.
I'm not
Point
so much in a
being-
hurry. I was making sure none of you were injured. To be honest.
Oh.
We're scraped up. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
No,
Thank
from the. And she says the word again.
Quirks an eyebrow.
What the fuck What do you mean, moon drinker?
And so she says in common, you know, and then in giant she says, eye shaper. And then she says, wood caller, and then she says war dancer, all in giant.
Is that an elf thing? Is that what
Are
that
you
is?
talking about elves?
I suppose.
Got some weird words for elf.
War dancer sounds like blade singer. As like a type of elf.
Yeah, that's one as well. Yes.
Pierce
No.
isn't awake. I'm saying this out of character.
Oh,
We didn't actually fight the elves. We fought the orcs and then talked to the elves.
why didn't you fight? And she says Moondrinker again.
Because we were.
They didn't
Hopefully
attack
it'll go
us. They didn't attack us first. We
Like-
were tapped on resources.
Very
and
surreptitious glance over the shoulder at where the arrow's sticking out of the tree. Looks back at you, head tilt.
above all else, the group that came to investigate us was led by a half-elf who was a really nice guy.
Why
What's
did
the
they
point
attack
of
me?
not being attacked? Because you don't have permission to enter the forest.
And you
Yeah,
do.
we got told. We got
Yeah, apparently this is like their turf.
told. Yeah,
and
we
the
got told to
ogres
come
are
here.
just cool to be here.
They live here.
The cave specifically.
Yeah,
do
they
the
live in the
giant
cave.
Moondrinker know that?
I assume. Yes, they know that. They don't want the humans here. I mean, that one got hungry and ate some, but I'm gonna have a talk with him about that later.
Like, puts a hand up to what you can assume to be a face under the mask, or under the hood. Sighs. You said something about a worm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
number one in the hole.
Purple worm. At least we think it is. It's kind
Where?
of hard to tell with what the ogre said.
Cave. It's in the cave, taken over by orcs. The orcs put the humans in the hole
Follow
with
the
the purple
smell,
worm.
got it.
Follow the smell. Do orcs really smell that bad?
you
Yes.
you see the hood turn to Brayton and look back at you and tilt?
He's not full orc,
No, but he has a
right?
he you can tell that he do you not think that
When I get on better terms with the Primarch, you guys are gonna have to teach me about that.
smelling orcs?
About well, no, you seem to have a better strength on senses than I do. If you can smell him and I can't.
Excuse you, I bathe.
It might be also. It might also be that you're just used to him.
Like,
no offense, Braden. Just
Yeah, so the Talon goes, I'm no Clan Roche hunter, but yes.
Well, you're one of the Talons, right?
She nods.
Well, there we go.
That's not so much scent as it is a blood mark.
Blood mark?
She nods.
what's a blood mark?
It's how we find our quarry.
Quick question, if I may.
Yeah.
When we settled down for camp, did we like make any like soup or food or anything of that sort?
I assume you use rations, yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking like just get a bowl of something and offer it.
Did you not go out and hunt?
No, Roger didn't go hunt.
I wasn't here last time, so I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, the session that was missed.
That's
had
where he
said
wasn't
that-
here.
So when you weren't here, Rock went out and hunted to get food for us and the ogres.
That's right.
So yeah, I'd like just get something set aside and just like offer it to her while we're talking.
He waves it off.
Yeah, alright, I'll eat it then.
I'll take meat if you have it.
Oh.
Do we have any others?
Actually.
We'll do have an ale.
So,
Please tell me you have
Anyone
a
brought
bottle of mage
alcohol?
wine on you, please.
fun,
For the love of God,
fun,
give this fucking assassin mage wine. Do it.
fun fucking fact, actually. I carry this around with me almost all the time. Don't ask why. Clips a little tiny cask off the back of his belt. Dwarven ale.
Yeah, like, hold the hand out for it.
There
Is
you
that from the vault?
go. Might be for that.
Like, palms the keg. Like, pops the top of it like it's a beer can. Like, literally pulls the tap off and just takes a pull from it.
Nice.
I made sure to get the good shit.
Are you good on water?
like, pulls the cask down from her mouth, sighs. Sogum says, I made sure to get the good shit. And she goes, where is it?
Ooh, the burn.
Oh, that hurts. The cask that I pulled I filled that from was 10 gold. This is bullshit.
From
Money
where?
does not-
10 gold is the wrong price, but is the wrong price to say, but
From
it's
where?
Waterdeep.
Oh, that's why.
I'm waiting.
Run up.
I'm waiting for the ad. I'm
Where'd you
waiting for the
get
soccer ad.
You want to go
should've.
to a place called Goodmead to get your alcohol?
I went. We'd run a bar.
Well, not right
I have-
now, they don't.
We run a bar in Waterdeep. I have better stuff there.
Like, looks down at the cask in her hand, looks back at you. Did you buy it from Waterdeep?
Some of it's important.
From where?
Opens his book, flip through. I got one. Got some of this. No. Waterdeep.
Any like Gontalgram or shoot, where's Crown of Fangs take place?
You
got any Tej in there?
Port Yanzaro.
We got some Kalimshidian spiced wine.
Kalashite, but close enough.
Kalashite. Got some Kalashite spiced wine.
Takes another pull from the cask while you're talking.
Tej. Not a lot of that. Real fucking expensive. Place has a goddamn monopoly, I swear.
Looks at the cask. Looks back at you.
For some
Gontalgram.
reason, we can't import wine from Gontalgram right now.
I put in an order. Hasn't been filled yet, though.
Perhaps Icewind Dale?
I think one of the crates we received recently said, good meat on it.
You're lucky. Hold on to
Yeah.
that.
Why?
Good meat's gone.
What do you mean gone?
It's in the Dale.
Oh,
I need to talk to Leaf.
Like,
I need to talk to Leaf.
takes another pull from the cask. Clanzark should be able to help you.
He like writes in his book, contact Zoc for mead, I assume.
No, yes. There's honey, Zock's mead.
There's honey, the Zoc's mead. Gotcha.
This, and she
Does-
like wiggles the cask.
does Zoc follow Bear then?
Badger.
That makes sense.
I think right.
Honey
So-
badger, goddammit.
Zoc is built to last.
She nods. They're the makers. Well, the creators. Bryn are the makers.
There are
I'll be writing that down.
There are preservers. They're like everything that the Emerald Enclave should be, but aren't because they're assholes.
In giant, she goes, "Oh, don't get me started."
I have stories.
like wiggles the cask. There's not enough of this, and it's too cheap for me to get into that.
Fair enough.
Takes another
Hey, I
pull
got
from
a-
the cask.
I got a weird question.
Hmm?
He like taps a red name in the book. Do you know anything about Clan Kern?
God damn you, Sokka.
I will guide you with that.
Bravo!
I want to guide that a history check. If you may.
You want to guide this Talon.
Do
This is
it.
friendly.
Do it,
They're
you
being
won't.
nice.
Do it, you won't.
I will. As soon as my roll 20 stops crashing.
Wait,
Show up eventually.
Okay,
I was
so
gonna say, if he didn't, I would, but I'm asleep.
with Rockham's guidance, she got a 31.
Hey.
Oh my
Hey.
god. That expertise on history, though, Jesus.
Yeah, right.
I
She, like,
Oh,
pauses mid drink. Given where we are, is that really the conversation you want to have?
do we deal with the people in Nightstone? Yeah, that's really important to me. I made a deal with the Primarch.
I was there.
I kind of want to see what I could find using the trade we made.
Like, takes another pull from the cask. If there was something to be found, we would have found it.
Are you sure?
Like, lowers the hood. She's like not unattractive looking. She's got green markings on her face that look kind of like raindrops on her cheeks. She has very, very, very fine hair. It's almost like the same color as her skin, just like this like clear like buzz cut on her. And she just very slowly quirks an eyebrow.
Oh, you're pretty. Anyway,
I don't know if it was intended to be this, but I'm stealing the raindrops as Freckles' idea.
You're welcome.
my point in asking is, well, I'm a skald. I'm a spirit speaker.
I was there.
I know. I don't know how much you guys listen to, because you were very quiet, brooding types, you know?
You do not speak when the Primarch is speaking.
He's gonna write that down.
Like she like snorts and takes another pull from the cask, and then like you see her grip tighten on it, and she stops and she goes, "Do you care about this?"
Not really. I can get a new one.
She just crushes it.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you have any more?
That's the only one I
Gotta
usually
get
keep.
some salted pork.
Sure, we have some sort of meat by
Diriac?
the fire. I don't think we have that.
I have never even seen a Diriac. The first time I heard about it was from Snorri.
They are delicious, especially smoked.
So
Really?
what do they look like?
Oh, they're like...
Take
They're
a
like a-
goat and then make it bigger.
I
Yeah,
can't turn
yeah,
it
yeah,
into
Like
yeah.
a
Take-
giant goat?
Take a goat. No, even bigger. Think... oh, they're called mountain pushers.
I wonder if I could turn into one of those.
I'm not going to
Or
ask
I-
how you know that.
Oh, gee, imagine that being just in combat. Oof.
Double mountain pushers.
Gola's blessing will put through that far.
I mean, I'm kind of new to it, so I don't know if I can do it yet. But
Also,
no-
you said
no
something.
did, right?
earlier.
Let's start with a regular goat and then we'll go from there.
Boar? Venison?
yeah, I'll like list off what I found earlier.
What did you find earlier?
That's a good question.
We
What did I
we
find?
Yeah, what did he find?
I mean, the ogres ate most of it.
Like whatever would be left is like leftovers, basically,
What
for the
kind
morning.
of salted meat is in our ration? Rations.
Watered Davian rations probably consist of dried fruit, sausage, and hardtack.
So
We
not
got sausage.
It'll do.
Yeah, I'll get some for them.
Like, takes it,
Uh.
like, squats down at the edge of the fire, pulls out a knife that's like, it's almost elvish in origin. The blade is fanned so that it looks like basically like a wing feather. Like a curved
Oh, that's cool.
wing feather.
Okay.
It's even got the stripes on it.
Now I'm regretting
that is-
that. Now I'm regretting that Lawrence is asleep.
And she just like cuts a piece off the sausage, pops it into her mouth.
It's quite the knife.
This? It's a manslayer.
It's a what?
It's a manslayer.
No, I'm out of character. I'm pure still asleep.
A
That's-
manslayer.
That's like saying, well, I don't know why you're complimenting it. It's really just a knife.
More to the point, it's a tool of slaughter, but you're right.
One of our friends over there, Jerkathon towards Sleeping Lords, is into that kind of stuff. So
Not murder. He's into weapons.
I mean,
I don't know. I've been
Like-
doing quite a bit of killing.
Like, pause. Good clarification. You're learning. Cuts off another piece of sausage. I'm not proud of this. Like, leans her head back, and you see her cloak pin, like the thing holding the cloak on, it's a silver owl, but it's very specifically, the pose that it's in is that, like, wings splayed back, talons descending pose.
that's awesome.
Appreciative whistle from Connie.
This
Well,
I'm
now you're
proud
just
of.
showing off.
That is interesting.
Made it myself.
Oh, really?
Like
You're
the
a
craftsman.
silversmith?
Hobby.
Nice.
It's good to have hobbies.
In times of
if-
peace, I don't really have much use for the knife. But you always need a good cloak pin.
True.
Fair.
That is fair. He says, like, very slightly tucking the Harper pin deeper into his current cloak.
Continue.
Well, okay. So the way I see it, if I have more information on Clan Kern, I can probably pull more information about Deer Yak, and using that and where we are, I can probably make more sense of, well, the riddle, especially with my group.
Clan Kern got absorbed into mostly Clan Fair, and the remnants became Clan Zonk. That's one of the reasons they have such good relations. Didiak is protection and industry. They're work beasts. Hello?
I hear you. I'm just typing.
With my internet fucked up, please don't lapse into silence, all six of you.
Sorry.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
Just thinking on it.
You said that they're beasts of...
They're
Industry.
work beasts. Protection and industry is their, like, domains.
Bomb is out of the question. The only thing-
So they're strong like a horse, but they're protective like a llama.
Oh.
You know how some shepherds put a llama out with their sheep to keep the wolves away?
Yeah, she goes, sure?
Uh,
At this point, I'll sit down where
It's-
I was.
it'd be more like Roche putting the bigger wolves around tents that have newborn.
No, that's Diryak. It's like, size. Like, one-handed flips the dagger into an assassin's grip,
Nice.
and, like, draws a circle in the dirt. And she, like, sticks the tip of the knife in the middle of the circle, and she says, you put the vulnerable ones here, and they're surrounded by a ring of horns. Do you not have cows?
Yeah.
We didn't really raise cows growing up.
Oh, are they like aurochs?
Bigger.
Bigger.
that's terrifying.
Aurochs are town pushes. I've read stories of entire towns being moved in a emergency by a druid driving an entire herd of them.
Now that's a stunt.
A single Diryak can be a mountain pusher.
I mean, looks like we gotta figure out how to turn into one of those.
I used to be able to, and then.
Well, you need to find one first.
Yeah.
They're not suited for this climate. Too much fur.
We'll go up north
Devolder,
eventually.
neither are we. How are you two so comfortable?
You grew up in it.
Yeah, we weren't born down here.
Ugh. I don't envy
I do prefer
you.
the winters.
Oh god. And laying in the snow with a nice bowl of soup.
That's the good shit right there.
That is the height of luxury.
Have either of you ever had to run through the rain?
Yeah.
The steam?
Oh yeah, we almost froze to death as children.
Yeah, that wasn't
I tried
fun.
to forget that. But, you know,
You ever seen the steam that comes off of you?
didn't really pay it much mind.
I think like Braden being slightly slower than the two of you is just like nodding. I've seen it.
We generate a lot of heat. That's why we don't need to wear very much in the snow.
Oh.
Huh.
Explains why summer is literally the worst thing ever created by the gods.
Yeah. It's gross.
The hoods are effective, but uncomfortable down here.
Sounds like it.
Cuts off another piece of sausage. This is terrible, by the way. Pops into her mouth.
Yeah, I can make better with time.
Oh,
It
my
keeps you
mom.
alive.
You should have tried the smoked sausage my mom made.
Like flips the dagger into an assassin's grip again. Do you realize we still don't like you? You really want to invoke the Primarch's daughter right now?
I'm sorry, am I not allowed to talk about my fucking mother?
Ayla was legendary. Do you not know this?
I know, she was a mom.
Not really. All I know is that she trained Rockham in hunting, and she
She like
During a really-
waves the flat of the dagger at you to get you to stop talking. She goes, "No, you don't understand. Ayla, Clan Grawl, that's who we're talking about, yes?
Mm-hmm.
She's the only person in 3 generations not from Clan Roche to feel the call of Gar.
Oh,
What?
Oh, that makes everything so much worse.
Come again?
Well, what do you mean come again? You were there, you know my explanation.
Yeah.
I've seen Gar, I don't know what the call of Gar means, but I've seen Gar, and if that big boy is calling, with my mom's situation, that can only be worse.
It's... Providing what you said was true, and technically we have no reason to doubt you if the Primarch likes you, then the situation with Malar would have severed the connection.
Okay.
Putting a different quarrel in a crossbow.
I see. Except, with him, it doesn't matter if you get that quarrel out. Anything else you put in will always have a feather of that quarrel.
What? No? What are you talking about? He's a god like any other. Got to be killed. Cuts off a piece of sausage.
But I'd love to.
Like, points with the dagger. Naked Glacier's that way, start walking.
He taps his forehead. Trust me, I plan to. But
Once we figure out how to get there.
there are other things to be taken care of first.
Yeah,
Though,
tell me
if the
these
dragon-
local orcs.
Though if the dragon folks are pouring out of the north anyway, we might end up there.
I do wonder what would win out, a werebeast's resilience or a dragonkin's.
Well, apparently the Frost Maiden is back. Cuts off a piece of sausage, and I bring this up, swallows, because apparently she is beating them.
Oh, good, great.
Huh.
Sorry, the Frost Maiden is doing what?
beating the werewolves.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, because magical attacks do shit against them.
fuck. That's a really, really good thing. But see, also, I want to kill that old wolf so I can make a point to Malar.
Esau's probably not involved, but word is, do you know what the Rhineborn are?
No.
Don't think I've heard that term.
Gods
Nuh-uh.
manifest in predictable and unpredictable ways. They have a great deal of power, raw power. You see it in, well, wizards.
Right.
Wizards are the product of Maestra's unpredictable power. Oral feeds on life essence and has been known to inhabit husks. These husks are called the Rhineborn. They are
Making ice zombies.
crude, but not inaccurate. There have been reports of Rhinepelt werewolves.
There's nothing wrong with me, Hitch. I'm sorry, you said what?
At least you're this far south.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Okay.
KnightLites the musical. Fuck!
No, this is not KnightLites the musical. This is Bob the musical. Oh.
I...
Oh.
That's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
I
But,
am
you know.
terrified.
We've dealt with worse.
Mostly.
Circling around, tell me about these local orcs.
Okay.
I don't think they'll.
So, to our understanding, they're not a local. He pulls out the symbol of Grumsh and, like, tosses it.
Like immediately brings the dagger up. You think she's gonna cut it, and then she just loops the chain around the dagger and brings it down to her arm.
Pulled that off the one that was calling the shots for the group that came to Nightstone while it was abandoned.
Typical symbol of the orcs. What of it?
I'll do this to make you more comfortable. In Giant, he says moon drinkers.
She nods.
Said it belongs to a god of domination and slaughter,
Braden rubs the back of his head a bit.
and
Yeah.
that
In Giant, she says, blood eyes. And then in Common, she says, I'm familiar with the history of the orcs.
right. Supposedly their influence is growing.
What are you doing
Because
with
there
this?
wasn't a dozen other things going on right now.
Right, why are you sitting around the fire then?
Because, well, in our fight, we took on, what was it, Rockham? Probably 100 of them? More?
80 by my count.
Something like that.
87.
Oh, 80? Yeah.
Go back to
We took,
sleep.
on,
80 mooks.
we took on like 80 of them.
Alright,
it-
Scald, tell me another one about the fish.
I'm not joking. We actually had the resources to take on that many.
She
It-
flicks the dagger blade and the amulet of Grumsh flies over and hits Pierce in the face.
Dude.
He's,
Whack! Ow!
Yeah, exactly.
he's a wizard.
Stop.
Points at Pierce. He's a wizard.
I'm well
She's
aware. Wizard, in
druid.
common.
What?
Wizard.
Mm.
Derogatory.
You open your eyes and you see a Goliath lady crouched by the fire.
What? Braden, Rock, I thought you were keeping watch.
How many orcs were there?
87.
Slowly raises both eyebrows.
Yeah, write that one in your fucking books. I'm a
Yeah.
soul that doesn't.
Is this?
We almost died.
Is this all?
We almost.
Did you have the ogres?
Nope, we
No,
met them
no.
today.
We almost died, but we did it.
How long?
Uh,
What did you
8
say your
hours.
names were?
The night
I'm
Collectively, we're the
we're-
Nightlights.
I'm Rockham, or I'm Sockham. Fuck off, that wasn't real.
Someone clip that. Someone in chat clip that. That was good.
Oh, that was great. Oh.
I'm Sockham.
I'm Sockham.
This is my brother Rockham.
I'm getting you fucking shirts for when we do this in person. And
Alright.
Gabs is gonna say, I'm Rock, this is Sock. And Brightwinds is gonna say, I'm Sock, this is Rock.
God.
I would chip in for those.
Oh.
God damn you both.
Don's gonna be great.
That's Lawrence. That's Connie. That's Braden.
I'm
What
Pierre.
was the That's Umbra.
The bird bobs up and down.
My bro has Caro put away.
I think Pierce like reaches for his spellbook and sits up more.
You cast a single spell, I'm socking you in the gob.
You mean you're rocking him in the gob?
In Giant, she goes, it's cute that you think you're faster than me.
He can understand us.
So?
Just letting you know, he speaks Giant too.
The most
He's
I
a
would do
wizard.
is cast Mage
I assume
Armor
he speaks
and
most
Shield.
things.
Fair.
Hey, Pierce, what's the most obscure language you know?
You want to know the most obscure one I know?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I let me oblige you. I'm just gonna like list off my list.
I suppose it would be
know a
Waterdavian
lot.
Sign.
Okay, Common, Infernal, Druidic, Elvish, Draconic. I know Our Thieves Can't. I know Orcish, Sylvan, Primordial, and Giant.
Cool. Perfect. In Sylvan, she goes, you can understand me, can't you, wizard?
Aye, yes I can.
She gestures to talk, I'm like, see?
Sylvan comes out as like nature noises.
Just slammed my elbow into a fucking cement wall.
Well
Ow.
done. Are you okay?
Oh, full fucking weenus.
Having actually done that myself with the sugar block wall, fucking ow, dude.
Oh, while
Take a
he's
minute.
recovering, did we get her name yet?
Mm-mm.
And what's your name? Or what name would you have us call you?
Technically, we shouldn't be talking.
And yet, here we are.
Wait, we're talking?
I'm sorry. Why are you sitting by our campfire?
Because we invite them. Shush.
Like, why are you sitting by our campfire? She just, like, wiggles the half sausage in her other hand.
Are you sitting by our campfire? Snack time.
Food.
Peckies.
So, in common, she goes, terrible sausage, why?
I will refrain from making that joke.
Oh, good. So I wasn't the only one.
My name for tonight is going to be terrible sausage.
Yes.
You are a terrible sausage.
I think Pierce sits up a bit. I can make that better for you.
No.
Fine. Pierce like digs in his own rations. Cast Presty on one.
So,
Hello?
you said
Oh,
something
hi.
about a worm?
Yeah, down there. These guys said, he like gestures at the ogres. Fog was telling us that down there there's a beast. Looks like a worm, the color of the dark sky. And, first I thought that was a black worm, which, from a couple of books I've read, infinitely worse. But, that they said no, black was the wrong color. So,
It's
when
the
we
color
suggested,
of this part of my cloak.
yeah,
Purple.
Okay, that's
When we
for you, but
offered
I
up-
want the heart. Bites into the sausage.
Assuming we're able to kill it.
What can you do with a purple worm heart?
Make an Arcana check.
Aside from gloat,
can I
I mean,
make
that's a fair
can I-
point.
Can I make
Yeah,
a
like,
history on? Can I make a history on
Wait,
that? See if I've read
I know I
anything.
just
Sure.
rolled. I know I just rolled that. Could I do the appraiser's tool thing?
You sure?
It-
Look at what
you
you
know
rolled,
what?
homie.
Oh wait,
There's a
yeah,
plus
no,
3.
never mind. Yeah,
You know what?
Never mind. Never fucking
Then-
mind. I'll take this.
Since this is a tool I have now, I'm adding guidance.
Cool.
I can judge it as long as it wasn't.
So, Salk, you got a 21.
hmm
Pierce got a 31.
Our freaking rolls tonight. What the hell?
Yep.
jeez.
But those were different check types.
Correct. History check, purple worm, read about it. Depending on the size of the worm, the meat can feed a village for a very long time. Mages want just about everything inside a purple worm, except for the poison glands, which the assassins always want.
Also, the medics always want to make anti-poison.
Yes. Pierce, with an Arcana check, what can you use a purple worm heart for?
How long you got?
Yeah, that's a good question. Or that's a good answer, how long you got. But the main thing is about an ounce of purple worm heart. Mind you, this thing is pounds big. But about an ounce of it can be used to make grand anti-poisons.
Sorry, grand anti-poisons?
Yes.
Okay, wait. On a scale of like, how good is that compared to a basic variety?
Let me put it this way. If we're talking about healing potions, grand is 2 steps above superior.
Oh, wow.
Oh boy.
Grand is a
Reminds
step
me-
below divine, isn't it?
Grand is a step below legendary. It's 2 steps below divine.
You
Dang.
Remind me that the dragon petrification thing doesn't count as a poison, does it?
It is a type of poison, yes.
But the anti-poison wouldn't work.
You're like, take inspiration because that's probably what she's thinking.
I don't
One.
think that's a bad deal. What do you think, Pierce?
hang on.
I missed what the actual deal was.
She said, "I'll kill it
What?
for you if you give me the heart."
The main thing you do with the heart of a worm like that is anti-poison.
Slowly takes another sliver of sausage into her mouth.
Wait. How strong of an anti-poison are we talking? Looking at Pierce.
Like,
Stronger than
You
the
know how-
strongest healing potions you've seen.
you know how the strongest ones we could buy in Waterdeep, what's the word? They were super expensive. Superior?
I've actually got it written down. Hold on. Superior.
You know how expensive those were?
Yeah, they were a pretty penny.
2 tiers above that. If we're
Ooh,
talking
appreciative whistle.
anti-poison.
Yeah, appreciative whistle. So, wait. Do you think that could maybe be used to cure the petrification from the dragons?
It might,
That's your plan, isn't it?
obviously.
And by the sounds of it, you might have thousands of people
With that
with-
check, do I know how much is needed to make how much of a worm heart is needed to make a dose of anti-poison?
I literally said that.
You did not. You didn't say how much was needed for a
Yes,
dose.
you did.
It-
Yes, you did. It's an ounce.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
my friend.
how much you were
And he
afraid
said
to catch,
each heart was like pounds of it.
and you'll need an ounce.
For that matter, we could probably split it up and still get quite a few doses.
Considering how much there be and considering the size of the heart, provided we can take a very minor portion, I'd be fine with that deal. There are other magical components as well as the poison glands.
Give me 1 second.
Not to mention, you could probably make God knows what out the insides of it.
Honestly, I think I kind of want Sockham to get a tooth, if possible.
In honesty, we have no idea what's inside of its stomach either.
True. They tend to eat a lot.
I mean, if we're not quick enough, I would imagine a couple of villagers.
I can just imagine what Lawrence can do with some of the materials.
We take a bit of the skin, we take some bone if possible.
Give me 1 second. Keep talking amongst yourselves.
No worries.
Give the meat to the villagers that'll feed them for a good through the winter.
And then some.
I wonder if we could use any of it as a building material for that matter.
The bones are
Probably. I mean, it's bone.
and its hide is incredibly durable.
Could probably make some good armor out of it. What is this, Monster Hunter?
Yes, actually.
Yeah,
Let's
we are
Let's go
hunting.
slaying. Where's my Palika?
We are hunting a monster.
I've heard stories of different armor that gives you the abilities of the thing it's from.
They usually have to be magical, do they not?
What do you think of
Sorry,
Burns
what was the
Worm?
question? I just got back.
Oh, I just like
We were just going over some of the things of what the worm could
I
be used for.
posed the question. If we, I posed the counter offer. If we can get a small portion of it, I'd be fine with that deal.
Small portion of it, meaning the worm writ large?
No, the heart.
The heart.
Oh, the heart. Okay.
Because we're also going to be facing Dragonkin and anti-poison like that.
Right? Just get the smith
Yeah.
on it.
Not to mention that Caro is still currently petrifying in Hammerspace.
I'm actually pretty fine with that deal as well. If you are, if for once, Pierce is actually posing a pretty good idea.
We're going to be facing that threat as well. Maybe not as much as you are.
Sorry,
There-
maybe I didn't state the deal clearly enough. Allow me to rephrase. She's
She
going
wants the
to
heart.
just kill the worm.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she can take the heart if
Yeah.
we can get a small amount for one dose of the anti-poison.
Somebody's gonna have to make a persuasion check because she's not willing to part with it.
Just a little bit. A
Do it.
finder's fee. A finder's fee, if you will.
I mean, the finder's fee is killing the worm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we found it.
I'll give the persuasion a shot.
Okay.
My persuasion sucks.
The bright one disappeared, but guidance.
Yeah, Bright lost power. He'll be back.
I'll
Okay.
guidance myself just so it's auto added.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm gonna roll against
Oh.
that because she
If
really...
I had it. If
No,
I had
no, no.
advantage.
Here's the thing. Her charisma's not great, so. But
I don't have
but I
inspiration
am gonna
to let
add
you
her.
reroll.
I am gonna add her proficiency.
To be fair, we also have spells that we can use to get rid of the petrification.
Okay, we tied.
Who's
Okay.
So generally, that favors defender.
Oh, I thought this went to other stats like
Yeah, that's
like
how I thought
initiative.
of it.
No.
So that or whose charisma's higher.
Unless, like,
No.
The
On
only other option I
most
can
checks
see-
like this, it favors defender.
Like fair is fair. We've never had one of these before.
Yes, you have.
Where
We've had a tie
we've
before?
tied.
the only other
Yes.
option we have
You've had
is...
several checks where you've tied, and usually in that case, I favor the defender, and usually the defender is you guys.
Oh.
Oh, fair enough.
Fair
Okay.
enough. If that's the case, then I'd take the loss on
The
that.
only other thing that we could do is reroll
Yeah, fair enough.
inspiration.
That's true.
Does anyone else have inspiration that we can do? I don't have it.
I do, but I just got it.
That's your call at the end of the day.
Like
Personally-
worst case scenario, she wins. I roll lower, she wins. The situation we're in now, she wins. So
Personally, I don't think we need part of the heart. Because we have spells we can use to get rid of the petrification. We also know some people, aka Vajra, who probably has a stockpile.
Also might not work.
Also might not.
also might not work.
Could I make a medicine check to figure out if it would probably work?
No, because you don't have the body.
Okay.
You would need to examine the corpse to do that.
Or in this case, the statue.
Yeah. So she like shakes her head and she says, "Cutting into the organ will decrease its longevity. I need to get it back to the north."
All right, then you take the heart. Leave us with the rest. Well, you can have your pick of the immediate pieces, heart included, like automatic. You leave us with the rest.
You'll have to move quickly. It rots.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Makes sense.
Are you prepared for a long journey?
More or less.
How are you going to kill it?
I don't think we want the answer to that.
I want the answer to that.
She like wiggles the dagger.
Doesn't answer my question.
A single strike
He's going
tempered
to
with
stab
wisdom
it.
can topple a mountain.
Hey.
I still need to figure out what that means.
Come with me and I'll show you.
You're gonna go inside of that thing, aren't you?
Obviously.
You'll let me
Go
come.
inside, stab it,
Wait.
outside.
Whoa, okay.
No, I. That's a good deal. You'd let me come with you to learn.
Keep up.
Hey, Brendan, can I borrow your boots?
It's going to take an hour for you to tune to them.
Oh, that's fine. Give them here.
So you're aware it's not just a purple worm in there. There's also a displacer beast and a bunch of civilians.
As well as orcs.
Also
Which-
orcs.
We can take care of the orcs and displacer beasts if they're willing to take care of the worm. We can prep for that.
I was going to ask, if you're prepared for a long journey, you might want to make use of the tunnel.
Tunnel?
The worm's tunnel?
She nods. And when nobody like says anything, she looks at Rockham like, "Really?"
We had
If it
more.
goes- If it goes deep enough, do you think we'd end up in the Underdark?
Certainly.
Looks at Sock.
Gotta sit on some-
Judging by what Sockham's told me, you already know this. We got a quick route to hopefully find that spear if we need to.
More to the
Plants.
point, purple worms eat everything, but they only care about organic matter. If you walk down a purple worm's tunnel that you know is vacant, you could just pick up the precious stones and ore. It's just on the ground.
That's a good idea. We walk the line of the tunnel until it stops and, well, until it opens up and let's be
Or we-
honest.
Or we run out of carry capacity.
Or we can't carry anymore.
Do you have a bag of
That's-
holding?
Not yet.
You came all the way out here without a bag of holding.
I have a bag of holding.
They're expensive, okay? My savings fund is only so large.
I was told the bearer of Galestorm saved the city of Waterdeep and got rich.
We saved.
And then we spent it.
Yeah, and I
what?
We
spent
spent a good chunk of it, and then we put the rest in a bank.
He spent it on the belt.
Yeah,
What
I
belt?
spent it on the belt. I bought this belt, and I also had Gilstorm improved.
Like, narrows her eyes at the belt. How much did you pay for that?
A lot.
How much?
Hang on. He opens his book, and purple writing shows up.
Mm-hmm.
It was the belt was 12,000.
She snorts. Go to Clanzoc.
Do you think they can get? You're gonna tell me Clanzoc can get me a better one than an Archmage?
Yes!
She's
I
a
can't even-
dwarf, I wouldn't be
And
surprised
also,
if
I
she
can
was-
outdrink your Archmage.
A lot of people can.
I don't doubt that.
Wait, did you get that one from the Blackstaff or from what's her name?
Oh, they got it from Stone Marrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, you might actually have some competition there.
most of my money went to making my machete more of a keen weapon, enhancing Galestorm, and buying this belt.
And now
Mine
you
went
don't have
mostly to
Galestrong
this,
anymore.
showing the sickle, and this, pointing to her
and-
forehead.
And yes, I enhanced Galestorm before knowing it could be awoken. I'm sorry.
Well, apparently you got it done correctly, so congratulations.
It's important information you may want to give to the Primarch, because I didn't think of it till now. It's more explosive property has a larger range now, 5 cubic feet to 10, and it can be sculpted.
So in Giant, she says, like Trin?
Exactly like Trin.
Clever. Though,
Yeah, he zapped us once too many.
amusing that you think we're going to use it.
I know it's not going to be you guys, but
I assume someone's going to.
Right now,
someone.
the plan is to give it to
Sounds-
Balgrove.
Good.
Well, then he should probably know the information.
That's why I'm giving it to them. Yeah.
Balgrove will be fine.
I know nothing about Balgruff, so I'm entirely taking your word for it.
Balgrove the Ironclad, 17th Primarch to bear the title of the Ironclad, Primarch of Clan Bryn.
Oh, Torvald. Okay, never mind.
Precisely,
Yeah.
actually.
Torvald's got this shit.
Not bad for a scald from nowhere.
Oh, a scald from nowhere that's gone to Valorhome.
Still impressive. And, like, pauses, slow turn to Connie. That was you, right?
For what?
You're the
Twin from
sister,
Valorhome.
Yes, I am the sister.
the Herbalist.
Yeah.
You sent him to Valorhome.
I did.
That's impressive.
Thank you,
How did you learn that?
Ayla.
Like, blinks twice. Ayla wasn't a shaman.
Well, more specifically, she told my grandma some things, and then I picked some of it up, and...
You heard that earlier, right? Her grandmother was a archdruid.
Even still, I don't understand how you got.
Something.
Do you have a
takes
home,
over.
Red One?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all from the same town.
No, I mean a home.
Yeah.
Quirks an eyebrow.
As I understand it, your kin are not the most welcoming. There would be place for knowledge like that in Clan Valdak.
That's good to know.
I could call the Primarch.
At the moment, I think I'm needed elsewhere, but I'll keep that in mind.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere. You'd
I
simply
think
be marked
Pierce
as
looks
kin.
to Connie.
Owl
I think Pierce
would-
looks to Connie.
Mark
Actually,
Does kin?
Owl would suit you well, Constance.
I mean, it's
Connie.
definitely better than the Enclave.
I think Pierce put
That's
his
true.
hand on Connie's shoulder. Connie,
Yeah?
that would fix your debt problem.
No, well,
Would it?
I mean,
it'd be a good start.
I mean, I'd much rather go to Valor Home, but I don't know if it'd fix the debt.
Dead
I mean-
problem?
Internal affairs.
Yeah.
Be literal, orc.
That was literal.
Her blood. The orcs dropped her, and her blood made contact with the other side. She was brought back to us, but
The Lord of
apparently
Bones
now
is
she's got a
dead.
debt.
The Lord of Bones is dead.
Who?
Marco.
Who's that?
Marco's been dead for some time.
I'm sorry, I'm still not catching the name, Kit.
Merkel.
Merkel.
Myrtle.
Out of character, who's Merkel?
The Lord of Bones. God of the Dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's been dead for a while.
Respectfully, we've never heard of a Merkel.
I imagine not.
thought-
He's dead.
I thought Kalimvor was in charge, but,
Is he? That must have been annoying for you.
I didn't actually go there specifically.
What?
It's down.
Yes.
Then I know.
Lower.
You bypassed Kalimvor.
7 circles. Seven circles deeper.
Well, I wound up in the third.
I don't know if the name means anything to you, but she's the child of Tristan's fucking Seergaze.
Dun dun dun.
Chamir's pet?
She seems uncomfortable at that mention.
Yeah, she says, Chamir's pet?
Who the fuck is Tremere?
Chamir Bakel?
Huh?
He's a paladin. Of... Horn?
If you
I
say that,
think?
you say that group's name here.
I didn't
Can't
actually.
say you don't.
I didn't actually catch what Kit said a second ago.
She said paladin of, I think, Torm.
Okay.
There is a group that we all hold a shared problem with.
She nods sagely and she goes, the Lord's Alliance.
Okay, that's fair. No, smaller.
The Harpers?
Tucks the Harper pin away.
You already did, but yes.
No,
I'm not
not-
sure where Gam is going with this.
I'm sorry.
Yes?
No,
I think Gamzee's going for the Flaming Fist, but I don't think that's who she was referring to.
some reading I've done. The Flaming Fist.
Isn't Torvald from the group that Tristan was traveling with?
Tremere, but yes.
Tremere, yeah.
I don't know who Tremere is, but if they're part of that group,
Wait, no,
their
Tremere's
name.
Tremere's the dwarf that Tristan was traveling with. Mind we saved
Oh.
goblins.
Oh, that was.
That's why I was so confused, because Tremere is part of Tristan's group. Like,
I was confused because my brain kept going to VTM.
Forgive me. It's been a while since I've thought about him.
No worries.
I was like, wait, why are vampires getting involved?
so backtracking.
Verbal backspace.
He's not a pet, but I guess.
Seeing them together, he's the pet. Tremere and the giant Moondrinker, the wizard.
Tula.
Tula Moonshadow.
That's the one.
We actually saw her just recently.
Oh?
She wasn't doing too good.
Oh dear. I drink to her memory,
Hey.
but I'm out of ale.
Veldak
No, she's
wouldn't-
alright now, but
I think
I gotta-
she's in recovery now, but
Valdak doesn't happen to have a cure to aberrative infection, would they? The reproductive sort?
I think.
You mean a mind
What,
flayer
what's,
tadpole?
what's your what's your necromancer's name, Kit? Devare?
Dashan Davari.
I think Devare had it handled, didn't he?
He said he had ideas, nothing concrete, purely experimental.
Better than the slow death of those. Like makes the head fucking tentacle face gesture.
Is it?
Right?
I'm confused. Is it
No.
a mixture of
Right.
mugwort, silverleaf, and heart's blood not serviceable?
I'm sorry, did you actually just give us a cure to something that no one else in entirety of Waterdeep? That makes sense. That makes so much fucking
Connie's
sense.
immediately putting that in her notebook.
Yours
Connie,
is
make a
writing that
nature
in-
check.
Like, just the word. He doesn't know what these plants are, but he's putting it in his notes.
Connie, make a nature
What-
check.
what-
Even with that roll, Connie, mugwort, silverleaf, and heart's blood together, that's a laxative.
Yeah. It's a laxative, and Connie's face shows that.
If that one episode of Futurama is anything to go, wait, great way to get rid of the worms.
Exactly.
What is it, Connie?
Oh. Medicine required clarity. She's implying you would shit it out.
Yes, that solves most parasitic problems.
How does that solve a tadpole of a mind flayer?
I would assume.
Never mind.
If I had to hazard a guess,
They have to be somewhere, right?
if I had
They
to
rest.
hazard a
They
guess,
rest in the soul.
And usually
not
headspace.
entirely accurate, but kinda. It probably makes one part of the body inhospitable, so it forces them somewhere else, which may be the digestive areas.
I mean, it's as good an idea as any, but I suppose it'd be kind of hard to test.
I mean, if any of us ever get infected,
Connie,
we can
do you have
try
any?
it then.
Do you have the energy to cast any other spells?
I do. Why?
Can you cast Animal Messenger?
Sure.
Send that to Devare.
They probably
Dash
knows.
At 2 in the morning?
Do you not know sending, wizard?
I don't have it yet. I
He
used
sighs.
Lawrence has it, but he officially doesn't have his spell slots back yet.
Who is this Devare?
He's an archmage, staying in Waterdeep for a time.
He
This-
acts as a medical professional.
This might help. He's currently working at the base of the Brotherhood of the Fountain of Life.
She immediately rolls her eyes. It looks like she smelled something foul.
I know.
Of course, this.
Not a fan?
She says in giant. She says the equivalent of posers.
What outside of Clanver's? It was Clanver, wasn't it?
No, it was Clan Cry.
Clan Cry. Outside of Clan Cry, they're probably.
They are pale imitation, as most things in the south.
They're
Right.
a commoner's best bet around here, though, with any kind of ailment.
Just a moment. She stands up, walks away a little bit. She holds the dagger in reverse grip and makes a slashing motion in the air, and you see that she actually draws a sigil. And then she has a one-sided conversation in giant. She walked far enough away you can't really tell what she's saying. Just getting more and more exasperated. Yes, yes, yes. Back and forth.
I'm aware.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And then the sigil fades, and she comes back over. Done.
That was okay.
What did you do?
Told the Primarch.
About which specifically?
Dovare.
Obviously, their group means something to them, informationally or.
I can pass the word about the herbs. It's what you wanted to do.
Aye, thank you.
Where
Yes.
did we wind regarding the worm?
Hey, you
You
can have
did-
the heart. Go for it.
You could have the heart and whatever else you can carry. You get your pick. Everything you leave behind, we take.
Sheaths the dagger. You'll need to be there by first light, or it'll rot.
Got it.
I
Connie
don't know
nods.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm coming with you, Braden. Give me the goddamn boots.
I mean, if she's leaving now, you won't be able to keep up.
Can I have an hour?
No.
Fuck. All right.
I hope you can dash.
He's gonna take the machete off his belt. Here, someone take this. I can't carry it, and run quietly.
It's a magical item. I can't touch it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, he'll hand it over to Connie
Wait, why can't you run quietly with that?
because it slaps against the belt.
Clang, clang, clang.
Why couldn't you just hold it?
Because then how am I gonna stabilize myself while I run?
Because running with a knife is a bad thing.
That too.
I mean,
Can
you run with an axe all the
physically
time.
keep up? I mean, you're so out of shape.
I'm not out of shape.
Could you do me a favor and make a strength saving throw?
For a Goliath, you are.
You beat her by 1, you bastard.
Wow.
It's because of that belt, and so it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, she just like reaches over and like puts one finger on your forehead and pushes, and you don't fall over. And she kind of frowns. Doesn't show very much.
I guess I need to work out some more.
You've got muscle. It's in the wrong places.
What?
What places do you think he needs it?
It depends on what he's doing. If he wants to keep up with the Talon, it's all in the hips.
Makes sense. Running
Like-
and all that.
Like she
I
like
work out my hips. What?
hill climbing mostly. It's
Stairs. Got it.
terrible in a blizzard. But just point of order. And she like crouches, puts one foot forward, and pushes off the ground and just clears the fire.
Meow.
Yeah, I can't do that without a level of effort.
My vertical jump is 2 windows?
Holy crap!
What?
Wow.
I
Brayden needs to start taking lessons.
don't know what my vertical jump is. Let's find out. He's gonna jump hard as he can.
Okay, make an athletic check.
Watch him crit.
Okay. So it's like your strength score in feet or some shit. Or half your strength score in feet, plus your size modifier. I think we calculated this once actually, and I think your vertical jump is from a standing position. I think your vertical jump is 4 feet, and with a run up, it's 7 or 8, something like that.
I think.
Hers is like 10.
High jump.
Wow.
For a high jump, it's a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength mod if you move at least 10 feet first. When you start from standing, you can only jump half that.
So 3 plus your strength mod. So your strength mod is 7? 6. So 9 feet, half of the run up, so 4.5. And hers is like 10. But she has like
4.5 feet is still a pretty good.
yeah,
vertical.
it's real good. It's just not her. And for the record, she has feats that allow her to move like that. She's got like mobility feats.
Right. Yeah, let's not. I couldn't do without the boots.
Nothing to be ashamed of. I'm certain you could hold a shield or whatever it is you do.
All right, now you're pissing me off a little bit. Next time we meet, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat you in a race.
Why not now?
Well, obviously, I lack the
boots.
muscle distribution.
And you're going to change that in one meeting?
I mean, I guess it depends how long that meeting would take.
I mean, you're going all the way to the north. It might take us a long time and a lot of walking.
We're gonna fucking kill Tiamat. You just watch. I will dunk on that dragon.
Tiamat is already dead, so good luck.
Oh, right. You guys didn't get that full. Oh, she's coming back.
So about that worm.
Yeah, about that worm. We'll wait here. You let us know, I assume?
No, just be there at first light.
No,
First light.
just be there at first light. Okay. I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, that would be a good time to rest.
She gives you a look like, oh, honey, you're so lucky that you can sleep.
Yeah.
Not gonna recognize that look.
Yes?
They probably cleared the distance in like 3 long rests from the mountains to here, if that.
Sock and Rock probably both got that look from Ayla when they were growing up, like the oh honey.
Sockum just gives her the look of like the benefits of clanless youth, I guess. Clanless for now.
On the topic of clanless, what would being marked as kin entail?
Are you asking her?
Yes.
It's like, stop. She had turned away and she stopped. She says, and she smiles at you and she says, it would entail kin, family, place to call your own, resources, a home. The clan is everything.
It's like for
Do you
the
think I
longest
enjoy
time.
being out here with a manslayer? I do it because Clan Valdak requires it.
Not a manslayer. Well,
She's referring to her knife, Sockum.
yeah, I realize. I'm still hung up on Daw, okay?
Pat, pat, pat.
I'm guessing there are other roles than assassin within the clan.
Like, she shudders. I don't like that word. It sounds orcish.
Alan. Pierceful.
Any roles aside, there are other roles than Talon, I assume.
Certainly.
Maybe don't say it like it's a rotten tomato, but yeah, from what I've
I
heard.
mean, prior to you coming back to camp, we assumed they were coming to kill you in Rockham, which
We were.
they were. So forgive my disdain.
Again, do you think I enjoy it, wizard?
No, but nor do we enjoy being hunted.
Then perhaps you shouldn't walk around stolen property.
It's not stolen.
At least have the good sense to hide it.
We did until like a day ago.
If it were
Apparently-
actually stolen, we would.
Apparently not. Clan Tar has told us about it. And your tavern. By the way, sorry about the tavern.
What do you mean?
Did you do
What
at the tavern?
What?
What did you do to my bar? What did you do to my fucking bar?
Nothing.
What did you do to my bar?
It was being cleaned last I saw.
You broke in.
I didn't. No.
Someone break one of my fucking windows? Those were expensive.
She gives you a look like, what do you take me for? Like, rolls her eyes. Like, talons do not break windows.
They probably picked an arcane lock to lock, which I don't put past them.
All I had to do was
Or
bribe
just
the
went during-
halfling. And also, it wasn't me.
I was about to say, she probably just had to go in during business hours. I'm assuming that it's a she, I don't actually know who.
As nothing happened to my bar.
Something probably.
Or its patrons, for that matter.
Yeah.
I was saying
As long as you
sorry
didn't do
because
anything.
you are aware you have a rat infestation, right?
Oh no, those
I
are
actually
employees.
hired them.
Yeah, those are
They
halfling
are-
cooks. It's only an infestation when they give in to their desire to do crime.
You are aware they are verminthropes.
Yes, we're a rehab center, kind of.
Can you explain the
I better-
pirate?
A better term is equal opportunity.
He was bored.
He was bored, hates his dad, and thinks menial labor is exactly what's needed to stick it to his father without it being petty crime.
Who's his father?
And he also owed us a favor.
We
Daggle.
don't talk about his father.
That's Rainier Neverember.
Yeah, then he's also a part of the KnightLites, so no touchy.
Stop him.
Looky, no touchy.
I am
Do you
very,
remember that?
very grateful that I'm not the one who went to the bloody tavern.
Sockham. Do you remember that discussion you and Brayden
Your
had about a
tavern?
mission?
That you sung the praises of, Scald, is employed by verminthropes and Rainier Bloody Neverember. What's next,
Yeah,
the
and
Black
you're
Viper?
Look.
Funny thing about that.
Looks at Braden.
Look, Sam, don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not a... No, certainly not.
God, you suck at lying.
Make a deception check with
I'm
disadvantage.
going to help him with it.
Okay, with
I'm
normal
getting-
roll.
I was
Normal
going
roll.
to ask.
Guidance!
Yep.
I'm already guidancing.
I can't tell if that's a good laugh or a bad
She
laugh.
damn near doubled your roll.
Wow.
Slowly raises both eyebrows. You keep interesting company, Scald.
That one I can explain.
No, you can't.
It wasn't my choice. I won't name names, but they're kind of dating someone in our group. So they're also a night knight.
She,
No
sn-
touchy.
she sniffs the air. She sniffs the air twice and points at Pierce and goes, "That one."
Nope.
No.
No, that one's mine.
That one's mine. Like, she stops, slowly lowers her finger. I'm not going to ask. No, you know what? I am going to ask because it's relevant. Does it burn?
Wow.
Pierce chokes on the food he was eating.
If you did, I would treat that pretty quick.
I decline to comment.
Well,
Mhm.
Pierce, does it burn?
I decline to comment.
Maybe you should decline to comment more often.
Maybe you should, and maybe we wouldn't be in this mess.
Right. Papa Worm, sorry, did you want to... The offer's there. Well, I cannot induct you into the clan, but the Primarch can.
Maybe. I'll,
You might be
I need to
better
think
suited
about
for
it,
Clan
but-
Bear, if you like.
Clanveer. Are they the crafty ones or the...
Clanvera, the preservers.
That makes sense.
You don't want to talk to... The Primarch. You'll want to talk to the Primarch at some point.
Primarch of Ver. Which one's that again? Looking at Sock.
I actually don't know the current Primarch of Air.
Neither do I.
That's odd. I figure Glenbarrock would be in the loop with those kind of.
They've probably been gone longer than... No, that wouldn't work, would it? Something happened to Vare?
Something happened to Bear's heart.
Oh, that's not good. They were down there, weren't they? Oh, that's bad.
No, they were at the moot, thankfully. However, it is the
Oh.
Primarch's duty. And she kind of trails off.
Right. We'll find that out once it becomes more prevalent. Thank you.
His name is Solvi, and, well, I hope you find him.
Based on what you just said, based on the way you said that, I'll look high and low. I'll check.
Wouldn't be surprised if that was my next assignment. Honestly, I'd rather find a purple worm.
Well, if you find him, I'd appreciate a good word.
Not my place, but I'll tell the Primarch.
Nods.
Though, again, not a... Right. From the top, there was a moot held by Gauntlgrim some 10 days ago? 4? Somewhere in there. No, longer than that. How long have I been on the road?
So, at least a month.
At the start of spring.
Oh boy, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was start of. Oh boy.
At this moot, most of the clans gathered. Bryn, Roche, Grawl made a showing. Zork, Gorm. Most of the kin were there. As were, kin of ours. That is to say, Dalians, the men of the glacier, the people of the sea, well, some of them, the dwarves.
The people of the sea?
She nods.
Who's that?
In this case, minotaurs.
So they are real.
Stockholm.
What?
Didn't. When you called for Wolf and that halfling showed up.
Kilio.
Didn't
Yeah, they were at the moot. Yeah, they said that they were there.
Suffice to say, a white dragon attacked.
Oh, that's bad.
That's very bad.
That's awful.
The orcs bore the worst of it.
There were orcs there?
There were.
Probably surface orcs, right?
And she says, who speaks Orcish? I know Brayden does.
Let me double check Pierce's languages. I do.
Okay. She says, the correct word is, and then in Orcish she says unbroken.
The Unbroken.
Unbroken. Got it.
Unbroken.
Several clans,
Okay.
or high houses, were there. They bore the worst of the dragon attack. After the moot, there were giants, and then these dragon folk, and then we lost Bear's heart. Through all of that, the Primarchs held firm.
But-
And
You
Shortly after the champion of our kin was decided, Primarch Featherkeeper and the four of us were dispatched to find you.
Because you needed a weapon.
I only know sporadic information from there.
It's still incredibly useful.
I know the Bear's Heart has fallen. I do not know the status of Spring. And she looks at Solcom when she says that.
Spring?
How do you... Never mind.
No, it was mentioned that they were in an eternal winter currently, wasn't it?
It is, but that's not what... Like, the look on her face, that's not what she's talking about.
Yeah, to Sockham, it's... Sorry, I know they don't have the season, but your tone implies a person.
The Guardian of Bear's Heart. Wizard, can you bend the light?
Let me double check my cantrips.
Lawrence. Oh, Lawrence is...
I'll cast.
Oh,
I mean, you can
Yeah.
wake him up.
I'll thaumaturgy you the fire brighter.
I was gonna say,
That works.
it literally... Oh, Lawrence... Oh, he's asleep.
I mean, again, you can just wake him up.
What do you mean, bend the light?
Make it... Weave it.
Control-
make
control
a
fire.
tapestry from it.
Aye, yes. Pierce will make a blank slate with minor illusion, just in the air.
She nods.
What do you want to show?
She says, make a bear. A brown bear.
Does change it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Larger
He
than...
follows her instruction.
Yeah. Larger than several trees. And then make it out of wildfire.
Oh.
Okay.
And she like gestures when you're done. She says, Spring.
He's incredible. Writing in red in his book.
An embodiment of the very season.
I don't think so. If it's in the shape of a bear and it's pure fire, does it have something to do with the fire? Does it have something to do with the Firewatch?
Yes, they draw power from it.
Interesting.
Rather, it's what spring brings, which is change.
With a name like Firewatch, I'd assume they'd focus on putting out fires.
They do.
I mean, fire itself brings change in everything.
Which means the main force of the Firewatch would be there.
She nods again.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense why it makes its stay in Bear's Heart. But why does it take the shape of a bear? What is it?
It's a member of the clan.
No doubt, it's of course kin, but... I'm just wondering in what fashion it's connected to the mother.
I don't believe it is. I believe it's an acolyte?
It acts as a priest.
She nods.
So Spring doesn't act as some form of extension to Bear. They are distinct. They preach the protection, the home. This is a being that has found love and home in the idea of Bear.
She nods.
If it's does Bear's Heart have a bloody fire elemental living there?
Spring lives there, so yes.
God, I love our people.
The problem is I don't know if
Where?
Spring still lives.
No, but you can believe I'll begin to look into it.
Yes.
Wait. Get Soham.
Mm-hmm.
None of our maps give us any indication of where Bear's Heart is. I think he turns his gaze to the Talon. Could you give us any clarifying information?
Bolo's a bit of a lazy shit.
With all due respect, you're an outsider.
That's why I didn't ask, Pierce.
I could no sooner reveal Bear's Heart to you than I could ask you where Amber Ridge is.
Yeah, I think he flinches a bit at the name and then remembers. Oh yeah, Salcom told them.
I need to earn this, Pierce. Asking
I
is
can
wrong
help.
because
You're kin.
he's just as much kin as me.
No, he's really not.
Well, I guess he is heavy hand quotations soft folk, but
I'm your kin, maybe not theirs.
true.
There is no legend on your flesh. I do not know you.
I offered when we were younger, but no, it looks weird. I don't want to be marked as a thug.
My mother would have killed you.
You know what? That's a much better reason.
Vivian going nuts over Pierce marked up with runes.
I feel like I understand two of you. The rest of you could be anyone. It's unnerving, frankly. And you live your lives this way?
Rather exciting, I say.
Yeah, we know each other.
Where's your pride?
Yeah, we tend to let our actions do the talking.
Our pride rests in how we carry ourselves, in the way we talk, in the way we gather. The pride the lowland
You will
folk
speak for them,
show.
Scald.
I don't think I've spoken out of turn yet.
No, these four.
In this
You will speak for them.
Always.
He speaks better than me.
Then it is your responsibility. Bear's Heart is easy to find. It is almost as
Here's
easy
where we
as
start
Raven's
taking
Nest.
notes.
Imagine harder than finding Eagle's Eyrie.
Eagle's Eyrie is in the Dale.
They're
Bear's
especially more
Heart
difficult than usual.
is at the mouth of the river running.
I'm sorry, what?
Bear's Heart is at the mouth of the river running.
That's Mother's, Great Mother's River, isn't it?
No?
No? Damn. You guys are probably gonna get that anyway. You need it. But that's still useful. He starts flipping through his pages. Oh, I left Jara's book at home.
Oh!
Aww.
I only have Snorri's. I mean, that's still a good read.
Of course it is. Of course it is. You got it from Rashal.
The river running is I don't know the name you would know it by, but it's the main river. It goes into Uthgar territory.
Is it
Odd.
Mayrar?
2 nods. The Wild Men. We would say the Wild Men of the south, as the Reghead or the Wild Men of the north, but to you I suppose they're both north.
Rather. Since the Reghead live on a glacier, and I live in a forest. Well, normally.
Anybody who wants to can make a survival check.
Is that for me?
Chris ain't good at those, but I can always roll a natural 20.
Holy shit, Sock'em.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, okay. Brayden and Salk. She's probably talking about the Mirar River.
Oh, I was right. Pierce named a river.
It's
that
either
you've seen on the
it's
map
either the
of that
Mirror
area.
River or the river that runs directly north from it, but I can't find its name easily. I'm looking for it.
In
Understandable.
character, I mentioned the Mirror River, but that was more of Pierce's conjecture of rivers in that area, not a confirmed thing.
Yeah.
So when you say the mouth of the river,
Yep.
what does it let out into?
The sea. Did I say the
So
mouth?
from the... You did.
I meant to say the source.
Gotcha.
So we find the mirror, we follow it to its source, we find Bear's heart, and I can help clear it out.
Assuming they don't shoot you on sight.
Whether they like me or not, I'm gonna break through that ice.
It's not the ice that's the problem.
I'll break through the skulls of those dragons as well, one way or another.
So, you like... Is it fair to say Sokkum gets into his own head a little bit?
Yeah, that last statement is definitely unsure, but he's trying to...
Yeah, so she like puts her hand on your shoulder and like squeezes. And you look up and, you know, you realize like, oh, she's as tall as I am. And she says, if it were dragons, they would be dashed to splinters on the anvil of spring and the hammer of Primarch Bearmantle. If it were ice, it would burn away in the fury of Clan Vare. It is the bodies of our kin that you will have to bypass, Scold, and your heart is not ready.
I think Sokkum, like when he fucking slammed that Kenku in Waterdeep,
Mm-hmm.
he goes white.
Slightly deflates.
Shoulders low. He's just quiet.
You are strong. You all are strong. I do not doubt your ability. But you're not tempered by fate as yet. You have found treasure. You should be applauded for that. But war, death, famine, conflict. None of you are prepared for that. Not yet. That is why we call you soft folk.
Prepared for it or not, it's coming.
I quite agree. So find your strength. She looks back at Sokkum. Find your strength. Grasp it tightly. And when you do not have a choice but to wade through blood or join it, do not let go. That is what it means to be kin. That is what it means to be of the Northland. And that is what it means to be a Talon. Your
Phoenix
kin.
rebirth. By Phoenix's rebirth, I'll find strength.
If you doubt, look to the wisdom of Eagle. Are you of Clan Groll or aren't you?
Blood, I am.
What are you? What are they? What is the wisdom of Eagle?
We are kin.
And
We are family.
what are kin?
Family. And family is always stronger together.
There you are. And you, Red One.
Yes?
Owl's wisdom. A single strike, tempered by wisdom, can fell a mountain.
She nods.
And you, wizard?
Hmm.
What is your strength?
My strength. I'm not sure what you mean. My knowledge, my quick thinking when it matters most, but
Tempered by wisdom.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
You're cutting out, Kit.
Am I? Frig.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I didn't hear anything after what is your strength.
Yeah. My internet is dying again. I was hoping to get over this. Ah!
Oh, then it's definitely done.
The stream is completely dead. Hang on.
Here we go.
Yeah. The stream's gone as well.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
We went a good long ways at least. It's almost time to wrap up anyway.
Check 1, check 2. Check 3, check
Wait,
4.
wait, we can hear you.
Clear till 4, go till 6.
Stream is fine for you? Really? I was at 0 kbps for almost a full minute. I wasn't uploading anything. You guys heard that? Really?
Yeah, I didn't. I have it up in the background. I've been hearing everything we've been saying twice. I haven't lost anything in a while.
What? Did you
Yeah.
you heard Birchmeal say
That's
we
bizarre.
win? You said you heard Birchmeal say we win a good long while?
Yeah.
I was at 0 kilobyte upload for that.
Jesus.
So
That's weird.
apparently my Streamlabs is just heckin'.
Apparently.
Okay, whatever. Anyway,
Yeah, you were saying. Last thing I heard you say was, "Wizard, what is your strength?"
and then yes, and then thank you, and then you said my quick thinking, my ability to whatever, and she interrupted you. She said tempered by wisdom.
Tempered wisdom. I wouldn't call myself wise by any means.
Wisdom isn't. Tempering yourself by wisdom, as far as I can tell, isn't just the wisdom you possess. It's how you use the wisdom you're given.
And you, she's looking at Brayden. What is your strength?
Looks at the rest of them. This is gonna sound cheesy, but the love I have.
So
Nothing I wouldn't do for
3 of Grawl, 2 of Valdak, and the sleeping one is obviously of Vare.
Connie grins. Yeah, that adds up.
You're looking at
He
him.
looks like
I'm inclined to call him the Ironclad. What is that? Mithril?
Adamantine.
Star metal?
Yep.
Aye.
Hmm. That's where his sum of the vault went.
Can I kick him?
You can try.
What?
I hope you have steel toe boots.
Are you sleeping in the armor, actually, now that I think about it?
Probably everything but the helmet, yeah.
You take penalties if you sleep in heavy armor.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
Yeah, I probably doffed it then.
Okay. In that
Yeah,
case,
it's-
in that case, she says, "Can I kick the helmet?"
I mean, don't let it go flying off.
You'll have better luck kicking the helmet than him. He sleeps like a rock.
I'll go and get it.
by all means. Like,
I mean, yeah,
Like-
do
like-
whatever.
Picks up the helmet, sets it down, backs up, runs up.
football kicks it.
Yeah, football kicks it, just punts it into the darkness. So, Lawrence, you're awakened by a hell of a clattering. It wakes up the ogres, too.
And just,
Oh, shit.
Lawrence immediately sits up. What? Okay, kick my helm.
Alan.
It sounded like a
like-
bell.
She pops back out of a bush holding the helmet. Found it. Oh. Well, that worked.
Just Lawrence looks over. He's still like 3/4 asleep. Like,
Well, I guess we know how to wake
Oh.
him.
Bless
good
you.
company.
I guess we know how to wake you from now on, Lawrence.
Is that what that was about?
What is your
Hello?
strength, Star Metal Man? Sets the helmet down. Other than your coin purse.
He's also
I'm
a
very
chosen
good.
of God.
What is it called?
My
Um,
God.
A maker.
He's like Torvald, but
He's not like
Uh,
Torvald.
no,
Smith,
he's
first and
he's-
foremost.
he's a smith, but he's what's a way to describe it?
Are you a
He's
maker
the
or a
smith that-
creator?
Yes.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? What
I
is the
sang the
difference
song
between a
before,
salmon and a
what of
trout,
it?
wizard? Oh, hell.
I'm asking seriously, what's the difference?
My internet died again.
Ah.
Check 1, check 2,
We hear you now.
check 3, check 4.
Still
Or-
hearing you.
Ugh.
Can you not hear us?
I couldn't for a moment.
Okay, because
Did I get cut off?
No, I answered Pierce, and then I realized that nobody could hear me.
From my end, it sounded like she was stammering to try and explain the
Yeah.
question.
No, she said, what is the difference between a salmon and a trout, wizard?
Oh. Well,
Oh, brief good news. Stream picked you up saying, "Oh hell," loud and clear.
I heard in the Talon's voice, what's the difference between a salmon and a trout wizard? So that came through on stream.
Okay, good.
It's just Discord giving you shit right now.
It's Discord giving me shit and causing my Streamlabs to drop frames. Okay, cool.
So in response to that, I have similarities, yes, but there's a defining difference that I'm not understanding.
Makers make, creators create.
One follows blueprints, the other one makes the blueprints.
How is it that the orc is smarter than the wizard?
Yeah, I was about to say one's manufacturing, one's invention.
Yes, it's smart.
Steve,
He
but
just
unless-
relies too much. He
unless
relies
you
too
have
much on his
context-
literal information.
Unless you have the context, they're the same thing.
Again, Pierce, you rely too much on literal information.
That is
And if we're
literal.
And if we're technical about it, I can do both.
You're of the forge first.
And if you're of Gaunt, then you make the blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he can do both.
Oh, I suppose the answer would be he's both sides of the coin of creation.
Bard,
Yes?
we cannot hear you.
I wasn't speaking.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm speaking now. Can you hear me
Oh.
now?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she says, poorly, perhaps. Do you not have a specialty? Do you not have a legend?
Suppose it would be defense. Though, Master Embrick and Master Ravi always did say that I had talent for it. To just create in itself.
Alright, show me what you've created.
So in that case, he'll pull out his own notebook and he'll flip through to his own schematics. And while he did start basically crafting the Ballista Zuka from Mortal Shell.
Nice!
And that's the thing he mentioned to Gond when they summoned him. He's also basically created the dumbwaiter like centuries ahead of its time.
You need to actually make that Ballista Zuka and you need to give it to Rockham.
Yes!
Also, if you want to create weapons from video games as inspiration, I will allow that.
Yeah, that was basically the plan.
When were you gonna get on that?
We were going to do it, and then it was, there's, bad shit coming to Waterdeep. So it got sidetracked.
Well,
Like I said earlier, the world is constantly ending.
yeah, you gotta push that if you want it, dude.
It
Okay.
would probably have been the next tail kit.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah.
And then,
and
you guys decided to go out to frickin' Nightstone.
yeah.
Well, to be fair, you put it right in front of us of, hey, the dragon saying you probably should do this.
I never forced you to do it.
Yeah, we did.
When we were going to decide, I'm pretty sure Nightstone will be fine. You just kind of went. That's a shame about Nightstone. Then it's like, all right, fucking fine.
I mean, yes.
It felt like you were.
You didn't force us to do anything, but you knew we were going to take it.
Yeah, of course I did. That's my job. But
It was schmuck bait, and of course you're gonna offer schmuck bait.
it's
We were
not
dealing with
my
the schmuck.
fault. It's not my fault you left your forge.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
that's my bad. But
All right, fine. What we'll do is Pierce will swap a cantrip to Mold Earth, and we'll make you a fucking forge.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
You won't.
Out
Do
here
it.
in Bumblefuck nowhere. Let's do it.
Do it right now.
Can we kill my golem first?
I have to finish this long rest first.
So yes.
But
So she looks at your notebook and she nods and she says, "All right. Fair enough. So your strength is in the spark of creation."
Hmm.
No? Know this. Ingenuity is the driving force of civilization. But comparison is the thief of joy.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'm
Now-
gonna write that shit down.
That's perfect.
Comparison is
Yeah.
the thief of joy. Good lord.
Dad.
I
long
picked
you been
that
sitting
up
on that
from a
one?
fucking cooking show. You're welcome.
Really? Wow.
Wait, what?
Where?
Yes!
Sounds like a BBC line.
I just quoted a cooking show
That
verbatim.
That is.
You need to give me the
Wow.
fucking link to that cooking show because I'm in.
Seconded.
Gladly.
Thirded.
That is rather profound advice.
Now, it seems all of you need to sleep, and I've a worm to kill. Good hunting, fair winds, and whatever else you say down here.
You too.
Safe travels.
Good luck.
You say safe travels, and she chuckles, and then she gives you a look like, "Oh, you're serious."
Oh, this is
Safer travels, at least.
the one I prefer. We'll have a drink waiting for you when you come back.
Make it something good this time. And she disappears into the night.
I'll pull something out of the good meat box.
What do you guys want to do?
Sorry,
Sleep.
I'm going to bed.
Breath.
Lawrence is looking around like,
Take that one.
shit, now I'm up.
Let's
Go back.
finish that rest.
All right, everyone, back to bed.
Someone tell me what the hell that was all about when we get up.
Before
Oh,
we sleep, Sokka, that last thing she said.
what?
Comparison. The Thief of Joy?
Yeah, pretty straightforward.
Maybe we can apply that to more things than just creative ingenuity. Comparing us to other people we know and see. Is only going to cause problems.
Yeah. Maybe.
I know.
It doesn't make the cruelty of word disappear though.
No, it doesn't. But I think Pierce goes to lay down. Comparing me to Vajra every time I make statements, propose an idea.
First time I've actually compared you to her.
You've done it 3 times now.
No.
Hello, everything went quiet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, when the fuck have I done that before?
Okay, it's happened that during one of the meetings in the tavern between the KnightLites.
There was like twice where he did it as a joke. I know. This is the first time he's done it with
Pierce
legitimacy.
is literal a lot of
What
the
was it
time.
you said? It doesn't take away the pain of the words.
Yeah. That makes 4 times then.
That's fair. Regardless, I don't agree with your assessment of how to view life. If you ask me, it's fundamentally flawed.
In my eyes, we need to do what keeps our kids safe. And, as with earlier, he said kin is a way to use a word that it's gonna ping with Sockum. He looks to the ogres. The less orcs we have to fight, the more likely we get through the fight.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask them to fight with us.
How is that any different than what I was saying?
Because you wanted to use them as bait. You wanted to use them like something to be put on a stick in front of a monster.
I never said bait.
You absolutely said bait, but that was lost to the VOD.
I said use them as a tool. Not use them. No, he didn't say use them as a tool.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
No.
Literally, you did.
Yeah.
You said tools, not
No.
bait.
That is
Yeah, I said okay. Yeah, I did say tools. I said more like a tool to push through where we can't. We're outnumbered there.
When have we ever not been outnumbered?
Yeah, it's like accurate economy is the most powerful thing in this game.
Yeah, we were outnumbered on the field with the orcs.
And yet we yeeted the
And
orc army.
And Pierce gives a look to Connie, and then to Rocco. And 2 of us died.
Gotta go white knuckled on the axe. Don't mention that again. I don't. Let's go of it. I don't need to think about that. I've got work to do. So do you.
The Talon was right. We are not ready for what's coming.
What a surprise.
Especially if we can't put what matters first.
You'll figure it out eventually.
I think just Pierce rolls over.
Arkham is not gonna sleep well tonight.
No.
You have had quite the evening.
Anybody got a scene before we wrap it up? Or are you guys all taking your long rest finally?
Long rest.
Long rest.
Yeah, long rest.
I thought Brayden and Connie were gonna have a scene when everyone else
I
passed
had
out.
said when there's a lull, but more after this main situation has been dealt with. To Braden, it's a case of, right, we're in the middle of it, like, don't bring anything up that's going to be a pain to deal with that we're not already dealing with.
Alright. Well, then that's going to be the last shot of our episode. Hooray! Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
Great. Let's get through shoutouts, shall we? Brightwind Inc. lost power during the episode.
Oh no.
0 for 2, Brightwind. Good job, friend. Hope everything
No,
is...
it's 0 for 1 because the last one doesn't exist.
0 for 2, friend, but you can find him over these places. He's a good dude. He just gets screwed over by fate sometimes. You can find him at these places, commission him for art. He does good work. Gracie, give us a shout out, please.
Hey, I'm Rich Mila, aka Gracie. I do art and things for Kids Channel, and I also love tabletops. So if you feel like either of those things, give me a poke.
Delta, give us a shout out, please.
Yo, I'm Delta, your resident Mad Scotsman. You'll find me hanging about the Discord, doing mod stuff, keeping the VODs together, trying to make sure they don't fucking evaporate. But other than that, I'm usually playing Destiny, Warframe, whatever other game catches my eye at the time. If you ever need a hand with something, give me a shout and I'll see if I can help.
Guy Gamzelis, the Bard of Heroes, give us a shout out, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am Guy Gamzelis, the Bard of Heroes, the teller of tales that need to be told. And if ever I'm needed, you can always find me on the Discord in DMs, maybe on Twitter. I still have to get that back. And until next we meet, you have a fantastic rest of your night.
Tresker, give us a shout out, please.
Hey folks, Tricecare here. I knit soft and fluffy things. Winter is, in fact, coming yet. And if you need something to keep yourself warm, I can oblige. And since the holidays are going to be upon us in no couple months, if you need help budgeting for such things, I have a knack for that as well. Hit me up if you need any help.
Nightfall, finish us out if you would.
I'm Nightfall the Kitsune. I do admin stuff and things around here. If you need me, I'm always in the Discord.
Indeed.
I'm done.
For my part, as ever, I am the Sharp-Eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. Very sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. I hope you guys were able to follow the story, at least for the most part. This is the channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world building, role playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2021 and beyond, which is 2 chances to get to give a stream. I'll be back tomorrow with more Final Fantasy XV's reshoot post-game in the afternoon, and we'll see where the evening takes us. But if you want more tabletop goodness, we'll be back on Tuesday with the triumphant return of Crown of Fangs, our weekly D&D 5-Point Fox Edition module feature of Tomb of Annihilation with my own spin on things. Stop by if you like tabletop role-playing games, or if you don't know if you like tabletop role-playing games, we'd love to have you. For now, I need to get out of here, but as always, it's time to close the book on today and leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time for more Tales of the KnightLites and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.